Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Factor and Aura Frames. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. Nate Bargatze, I'm back. Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
The gang's all here.
It's all here.
Happy to be sitting next to you, Aaron.
Yeah, I missed you guys.
I've been across from him.
Yeah, a good bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be next week. Am I out next? Yeah, I'm out next week too. So,
but then after that, I think you're here for a while.
Yeah, I think there's a good stretch after that. Yeah, I'm not trying to not be here. I'm not sitting on a lake.
Yeah.
I think people think I don't know what, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Uh-huh.
You're allowed to sit on a lake, though, if you want.
Yeah. We've just been on the road. It's doing shows. I've been, I'm usually doing shows. Last Monday, we were doing a Monday show in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, we told people. I think they.
So, yeah, they seem nice about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're here now. Specials taped. That went great. It was fun. It was in Phoenix again. It was very cool. I showed y'all the open. I've seen the first cut. The opening looks awesome. I mean, it's super cool.
Very cool.
It looks very, very cool. So, hopefully, there was a kid sitting up front, and I love that. Also, guy fell asleep. I don't think we showed him. Kind of even, yeah. They cancel each other out. This guy was I could see him, and it's like one of those where you just go, you're like, I mean, we won't show him on the thing, but he was probably had a little too much, and he would just be like, he was way on board, but then I would see him just,
Did you see him while you were on stage during the shows?
Yeah.
Did you say anything in the moment?
No.
Would you have if the show weren't being taped, you think?
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I try to leave it. Usually I can't. It's pretty hard for me to see.
Yeah, but front row, I feel like you notice.
That's fun for a taping. You're like, well, this is my best stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big,
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't like pointing. Like, it's like, usually I always think if someone's nodding off, if it's obvious, then I would say it. But halftime, if someone's nodding off like that because they've maybe exceeded their limit, I think it's better for them to be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I need to get them. It's like a kid. Like, you're just going like, I'm going to take the least you sleeping is better than me getting you riled up.
And that has happened at shows where someone's real rowdy, and then like towards the end of the show, they fall asleep. And it's like, all right, good. Yeah.
You just look at, like, you just evaluate the situation up there and just kind of go like, all right, do I need to address it? I don't want to address it. I mean, I get like when I do stand up, it's like I just want to do my act. Like, it's like, you work hard on this act, so you just want to be like, let me do this present. It's kind of a show. But I mean, I think we were posting a clip. I had a fly keep hitting me in Houston. So, I mean, I had to address that. We had fireworks. I had to address, like, you do have to address stuff, especially in these arenas. Like, it's big. The fly, usually, because the fly, you can kind of, when you don't have a screen, you can just kind of ignore it and just be like, hopefully no one can really see it. But with the screen, you're like, I mean,
Did it land on you?
Oh, yeah. It was like on me, and then kept, Flies are tough. It's tough. That's something that, in the arenas, it's like, you can always see little stuff fly because it's all the light is there.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know.
Probably a lot going on in the arena, too.
Yeah.
Not just comedy.
No, I mean, some of these are rodeos.
Yeah.
You're like, there's. So we could put fly things around a
mosquito net?
Mosquito net, or what's the zip that goes zip?
Oh, a zapper, bug zapper.
Yeah. Bug zapper.
Yeah.
That could be pretty fun.
That would be fun.
You just have, everybody.
Yeah, it's like a front porch.
It's like a front porch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boosh. Just get light up some of these bugs. But yeah, overall. So yeah, the special was great. It was fun. My parents surprised me. They came out. Derek and Abigail were there, and obviously Laura and Harper, and it was we kind of hit the ground running.
This was the first one you've done over 2 nights?
Yeah, that I did 2 separate nights. I think most of this will be from Sunday night. I think there'll be a mix, but I think most Sunday night, it's like you just end up being Saturday night was awesome too. They can both come from either. I would be fine with either one, but it's after we do the first night of taping, even the camera guys get better at, they see me and they see your rhythm and all that. So then Sunday you're just kind of in a nice groove. The crowd was so great. I mean, yeah, it's fun. I'm excited.
Is there more pressure to make sure your hair, clothes, everything looks exactly like?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I was wearing black and this jacket. Like, there's not a lot that can mess up the hair. I did. We took pictures and made sure. So, but yeah, it's done. It is done. So I'm excited.
I saw your dad. The first when you were Saturday, I went to see him in Lebanon, and it was like a big Nate Bargatze. Your buddy Jeremy was there with his mom.
Oh, yeah.
I was there with my mom.
Great. Yeah.
Michael Clay.
Yeah.
It was a lot of your friends were there.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. He sold out.
Yeah.
I think he had a lot of fun and it was great. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's nice that everybody came out.
Is there relief after recording a special? Do you feel like, all right, it's done. Now I can do whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny. It's like the relief, but then you have the panic of like, well, man, what if this is the end? What if I stink now? I can't come up. Like, what am I going to talk about? Yeah. I'm having a hard time thinking about the new hour, like trying to.
But I remember you doing the same thing after the last one.
Yeah, I know. But I thought like I thought I'd be more confident after this one, and then you're still just like,
go sit out by the lake. You know,
just
what I mean?
Go sit out by the lake.
Come up, and it'll come to you.
Yeah. Go sit out. Yeah, it's I mean, this one I have the most time because I don't, I'm guessing the special will come out in the fall. I bet, or not really fall. I bet it's Thanksgiving, Christmas-ish. But that could float around and change. I'm not positive, but so I'll have the most time before I need a new hour. Like I won't need one till, then. But it's like you don't want to. That special comes out and I'm like, all right, let's start working. It's like I need to. I want to have it. At least the direction I'm heading. But it was a nice relief. It was. I was ready to get it done. Mm-hmm. I was ready to tape it. So good to go.
It's exciting, man.
Yeah. Where were y'all? I don't forget where I was this weekend, but or somewhere.
Houston, you were?
Yeah, it was Houston. Yeah, we had to fly. San Antonio and Houston.
Yeah, the San Antonio shows look fun.
Yeah, they were great. It's a theater.
So everybody wearing cowboy hats and everything.
Yeah. It was fun to go back to a theater.
Who's keeping that look alive? And that's what I like to say.
Yeah, San Antonio's a fun spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think that fly was thinking? What's going through his mind? 20,000 people.
Well, I might say it in the clip, but I was like, what I said on stage was like the fly just like, where's the horse at? Like it's usually a horse there. And he's just confused.
Yeah, what if this fly passed out at the rodeo?
Yeah.
And he woke up and he's like, what's going on out here?
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah. What's this guy?
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. I mean, I would wonder. Those big flies they're just tough. I mean, because they can, they can land on your head like that Mike Pence or something had a fly on it. You can have all this stuff happen where it's like you're trying not to take anybody out of the situation. Every now and then you got to do I just do a swipe if I feel.
It's not a good look if your whole hair is white. Like Mike Pence,
tough.
It looked real bad. It looked real bad.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a politician too. It seems like weird that flies are landing on you.
Yeah.
It seems worse.
Yeah, and it's tough because it's like even though flies land on everybody, it's just that situation.
It was a debate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not when you want to.
Well, and you don't feel it at all, that's the scary part is, are you going to feel it?
Yeah.
I get scared up there. Like, what if I'm not, I think I'm trying to be hyper aware about it. But then you're like, what if I'm, what if I don't?
You ever get attacked by horse flies? You ever see those?
Yeah.
Like swimming in the creek and stuff, and they'll just come at you and they bite you a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, they're huge, right?
Yeah, and
they're
they just keep coming. They just, It's like we swim in the creek. You have to go under the water just to get away from them for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get a breath.
Yeah.
You got to go under no breath to get a breath.
Yeah.
Horseflies are crazy.
Yeah.
It's
better to not feel it than for it to be a horsefly on stage.
A horsefly would be a problem. You'd have to bring a bat on stage. A regular fly is like one thing. Maybe people don't notice it, but a horse, they're big, dude.
I have a tennis racket at home, special one that's like it's electrified in the middle.
Yeah.
And it'll zap them as you hit them. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
It's a lot of fun.
And you have to charge it?
No, you just put a AA batteries in there.
And it's made for this?
Yeah.
You can buy this?
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah.
Like $20, dude.
How hard is it if you touch it?
I've shocked myself a few times. It gets you. It's enough that you're like, God. It's not dangerous.
Yeah.
You used to swat lightning bugs.
Yeah, now I'm an adult and I'm doing it with electricity.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you put it in the bathtub with you?
No.
I just say you're saying it'll get you, but it's not enough to.
I know, but I mean, how much? Yeah,
I'm not trying to mess around with it. Find out.
I wonder how much that would.
Yeah.
Is it a certain amount of electricity that you can take a bath with?
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's our next Krispy Kreme challenge.
I'll find out tonight and I'll let y'all know.
What's the limit?
Yeah.
It could be fun you have one of those, man. You just kind of have it sitting around. Just maybe when someone sits down, you put it right under them.
Oh, yeah.
Golly.
This is the one I have right here.
Oh, yeah.
Battery powered bug zapping racket.
Little Z right in the middle. A little electric lightning bolt. Z.
It's a good time.
Zap it.
It is. Why do they need the electricity? I mean, you're hitting it. I guess it's to make sure.
No, it fries them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even know what had them. Oh, it's you got a medium. There's actually a large too. What's a large?
That's if you got a real problem.
That's a horsefly.
That's for horseflies. You need the XL model.
Yeah.
3,500 volts. You think that'd be enough.
Do you ever just let them land on it?
No, I don't like to torture them. I want to put them out of their misery quick.
It just seemed like swatting them, though, would do the job.
Is it just always on when the battery's in it?
It detects when something touches it and it zaps it.
Oh. So it's always on.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Does it last a long time? Or
I haven't had to replace the battery yet.
Yeah.
But, I think the flies got the message right away.
Zap it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's fun.
Can you smell the bugs when they burn?
I mean, I don't leave them on there that long.
You take them off?
They stay?
You kind of shake them off.
Okay.
Yeah, if they get trapped in there, there's wiring, and then they get fried up, probably. But I shake them off.
Yeah. I would think they would hit and go flying.
No, they stay. They stay lodged in there.
So even if you're swinging, they would stay
because it's all this like a web of electrified
and then you
metal.
just go hit it on the rail outside,
shake it off.
Shake it off.
Yeah. Leave the bodies out there for the other flies. Let them
know what's up.
You ever have one get away? You ever hit one and then it still get away?
Not yet.
Like a wing, just got a wing off, and you see him like kind of spiraling. He's like, up, pull up. Like a plane going down.
Yeah, not yet.
I was in Fairfield, Connecticut.
How many flies you got in your house?
It was a problem for a while.
Yeah?
Dude, yeah.
This is in the house.
In the house, right outside the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have several cats.
Yeah.
Well, he has a dead raccoon on his porch.
I got some animal problems at the place currently, but I went to like Target, Dollar General, and I just bought all the fly stuff that I could find. I was throwing the kitchen sink at them for a minute. They seem to be under control.
Spectracide made a good fly thing to get rid of. Yeah.
You hang those little sticky traps.
Well, this is by Hot Shop, but it's a Spectracide brand. But it doesn't stick to it. They apparently take from it, and then it goes, and then it kills them.
Oh.
So you don't have flies just sticking. It kind of looks like an air freshener.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hang up a few of those.
Yeah.
And then they fly off, and then
and then they die later.
That'd be you put those around the stage, and just on screen you're just seeing just the flies are just dropping hard.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they have those at the rodeo. I mean, a rodeo, it's wild that they'll have a rodeo and then clean it up and like, let's do some comedy. How about a hockey match? You know, it's like, I mean, just bring in a lot of dirt and then they get it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the production of those arenas is crazy.
Yeah.
How they switch it up so quickly.
I wonder. I thought about a fan. I was like, if you could get some kind of fan up there, just around you, like blowing a little bit, because doesn't that usually stop them? They can't fly on a fan.
Maybe you just have a guy with a Zap It racket.
Yeah.
It's ready.
Just like one of those guys that get the tennis balls.
Yeah.
That sits, that runs across back and forth.
Chase could do it.
Yeah. He just stands there and just waits. Bzz. And I go, look, he'll be coming up quite often. I don't like to address it.
You'll hear it too. When it zaps, it sounds like a gun going off.
Yeah.
Try to ignore
a fun
it.
special that will be.
Yeah.
Like you're just telling jokes. Here comes a guy. Zip, and yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
Zap it. Like you could call the special that.
Zap it.
Zap it.
Yeah. I don't know if you do a full hour. Probably do, 5-minute special.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Yeah.
This might be an Instagram reel.
tease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah, it might need to be under 20 seconds. But it could be very funny.
You're saying Connecticut, Brian? That's where you were?
I was in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Fairfield.
My first time ever to Connecticut. I think even they were a little surprised I came. Just because it's about an hour from New York. So most of the time they just get comics from New York to come over.
Mm.
But I went and they even asked me when I said I'll come. They said, "Are you going to be in the area?" I'm like, "No, but I'll come." So I was there for less than 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
I got there at a little bit after 5 in the afternoon for a 7 o'clock show. It's not easy to get there. And then
It's not.
Would you fly into New York? Or?
White Plains.
Oh, yeah.
And then my Uber picked me up at 4:30 in the morning. So I was there about 11 and a half hours.
Wow.
But it was great. It's a show at a hotel. They set up chairs in the lobby and
in the lobby,
uh-huh.
not even in a room, like a conference room.
Nope, it's in the lobby.
lobby.
It's in the
Like
lobby.
people could be checking in while it's going on.
They were. Mhm.
Oh,
Wow.
And
Did you stand behind the check-in desk and that's where the set was?
no, I was kind of fading. They have a curtain that kind of blocks it off a little bit. Not a little bit. It does block it off. But there's a fireplace, like a mantle, and you stand in front of it. And
Oh
then
yeah, I like that.
there were 3 comics from New York that were on it. And then I was the headliner. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of folks came out. We
That's
had a good
great.
time. And
You stayed at that hotel, I'm
Yep.
guessing? Okay.
Yep.
How about that?
It's kinda
good
nice.
commute to
Yeah.
your hotel room.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I got
Yeah, you get a gig in the. There was a. Yeah. I remember just doing a show in a hotel.
There's
And you
a
stayed
few.
there.
The Harrisburg Comedy Zone's
Yeah.
right in the hotel. The Jacksonville Comedy Zone. There's an old clip. You ever see the old video of Rory Scovel doing a show in a hotel lobby and he's got a wireless mic and he goes up the elevator and he starts walking around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he starts knocking on people's doors and interviewing them. It's fun.
I have not seen that.
Yeah.
I think Dustin Chafin just did it recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thanks for everybody who came out.
Yeah, I think I remember doing one because it was crazy. Because it was like you could go to the show could start and you could be in your room
Mm-hmm.
and then you could just go down.
You wait till you hear the feature go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walk downstairs.
Yeah. People see you come out your door and shut it. Make sure you lock it. Then you come down and walk right on stage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hello.
The Wichita Looney Bin, the headliner's bedroom in the condo, shares a wall with the club.
Oh, really?
So you can just I remember laying in bed and you can hear the feature get brought up and you're like, all right, let's walk out.
and
there.
you're just in your room.
I was laying in bed.
Laying in
Wow.
that bed, fighting the depression.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because there's also no windows in that condo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're just in a depressed state, like I'm about to do comedy.
And I remember thinking, I don't look out windows that often, but when you don't have a window, you'd like a window.
Yeah. I've not even told before. I had a hotel in Austin, Texas, and the only window I had showed the inside the lobby because it was like it was
Like one of those embassy
square.
suites type.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, I had to switch. I got claustrophobic. I was like, I don't think I can do this. Like,
Mhm.
just not seeing the outside was like,
Yeah, it's like solitary confinement.
yeah, I was like, I can't. I gotta go so I can see.
Yeah, the sun's good for you. We need it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see
Yeah,
it.
I think it's kind of crazy when the hotels do. Like, you should, if you got rooms, I guess you're betting that some people do not care, or maybe you like looking inside because you like seeing people walk around and all that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that. A hotel. With
Like the
no-
Opryland Hotel has that, where you can look
Yeah.
out in the.
Your
The s-
window.
But they have another window to the world, right?
This hotel is like you walked in, so there's rooms to your right, and in the middle there's a square courtyard that's the lobby of the hotel. So the hotel's in the middle. Their window looked inside the hotel, and so you weren't, you know. But if you're on the other side, you would see outside.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Which is a prettier view. Honestly, I mean, like you kind of the view
could be better than a parking lot.
But,
yes,
yeah, but I'd like to be able to tell what time of day it is.
Yes, yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah. I think you could do it if you were in like Florida, where they had an open ceiling or something like that.
But the Wichita Looney Men, the only view is the other comics that you're working with.
That's true.
You're not even looking at a lobby. And if one of them are bombing throughout the weekend, it's just an awkward hang.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
because you're all in the same room.
Same condo. It's a 3-bedroom condo.
Yeah,
like the headliner's room is huge. Then the features room is a little smaller, and then the host room is a tiny, barely big enough for the bed to be in.
Yeah, it's like a brick wall room. It's just dark and musty in
like
there.
Prison.
Yeah.
I like that they're different sizes.
Yeah,
they let you know
something to work up to.
There's a hierarchy to this.
I did a triple feature weekend there, and I showed up. I was the last one to get there, so I had the tiny room, and then the guy who got the headliner room was bombing all weekend. I was really doing the best.
You're like, we should switch.
And it was pretty awkward that it was like the guy bombing all weekend has got the big headliner room.
Yeah.
I'm having good shows and I'm in this tiny hole.
Yeah. He's got the private bathroom and you got to share one with the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, I was in Atlanta this weekend at the Punchline. 6 shows. One of them sold out, which was very fun. I've never, had seen a sold out show there. The other 5 were very much not, but that one show was great. Honestly, all of them were fine except one was very weird. It was barely a show. It was kind of me just. They go, just go talk to these people.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. But thank you. A lot of people came out. A lot of people gave gifts. I want to give a shout out to Nancy Samples Johnson. Brought a ton of stuff for all of us. She was at the show.
Nancy Johnson.
Yeah. She came to see you, I think. Yeah. And she's great. And
Reg Griffin came to see you.
Reg Griffin did come. Yeah. We're starting to know all these people. Which is fun. The crowds were great. Thank you to everybody that came. Atlanta. What a town. We stayed right next to this Little League ballpark. So Matt Taylor, who I brought with me, we got some gloves and we walked out there and just threw the ball around. And, we're 2 guys in our 30s. And there's all these kids playing baseball. And I sailed the ball over his head by accident and it rolled into some kids taking batting practice. And the dad looked over and was like, "What are y'all doing?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we got pretty embarrassed and just went home.
Yeah, that's tough. Where were you pitching? Where were you at? You in the outfield?
There was one field that wasn't being used, so we just walked out there in the outfield and we're throwing the ball around.
And then how did you throw it? You threw it into another field?
I threw it over his head, out of the field. It rolled into the batting cages where the kids were taking BP.
But where were y'all standing throwing? Why would you?
Like pole to pole. It was a small T-ball field.
Oh, so you're throwing we
were doing long toss. Doing too much.
I don't like that the dad looked at you like that, though. It's like you are out there pitching the ball. Yeah. It's not like you're out there, causing trouble.
Yeah, but
we were. I mean, we were throwing the ball into kids trying to practice.
But they're doing stuff that 18-year-olds do.
Yeah,
and they're it looks like he could have a kid out there.
I should have a kid out there. How old I am?
Yeah. And so the dad's like, "Are y'all
He's like, "Come on, guys."
Yeah.
And we're like, all right. I mean, I agree with you on some level. We're not really causing problems, but it's weird that we were out there. So
you're not causing problems. No one notices, but once the ball comes over, because then you're like, you're not even good enough to keep it in the field.
Yeah. Well, you got to blame Matt Taylor.
How hard did you?
I'm gonna blame Matt. You got to run.
Should he have called it?
I mean, he's a shorter guy. If he were the height he should be, he would have called it. But yeah. Anyway, good times. Thank you, Atlanta.
I had a hot week. I went down to Florida. I got a picture taken of me out in the wild, and I was wearing a shirt, and people have been harassing me about it. But I was on my way to the show,
Yeah.
But I went to Pensacola.
Wait, what?
Well, you're wearing
a shirt.
Yeah.
Because you say you like to go shirtless in Florida.
It's, I do, but, it's still, it's April. We're not peak season yet. It's not real hot.
What was it?
But if you go inside a building, you have a shirt on, right?
But I was outside.
Yeah. Okay.
But But I was going to the show. But I just want to address that. You know, I do get shirtless out there, but not every second of the time I'm around.
Yeah.
But I did a show in Pensacola, college gig, and I guess, I don't know, college students weren't showing up or whatever, so they just started selling tickets, and which they're not really allowed to do with the deal, but they did. And so I found the link and I started sharing it. Turned out to be a good show.
Yeah.
Then I did 2 shows, Thursday, Friday, Panama City Beach. Beaches Comedy Club, a new club in town. And then the other one was Captain Anderson's seafood restaurant. I don't know. They have a performance space.
Yeah.
Both sold out. Great. Hot shows. I've not been to Panama City in like 20 years. My dad met his wife there when I was 15 at the Fontaine Blue Hotel. I drove by. It's still there. Still looks the same.
You went up down the strip.
I did, but it was...
The Fontaine Blue?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Isn't it the Fountain Blue?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like a nice hotel. And
I have no idea.
It's spelled Fontaine.
Yeah, it might be
Fountain Bleu. I think it's like French or something.
I doubt anybody's saying it like that.
Yeah. There's one in Vegas that I think is like empty. It's supposed to be like a 5-star hotel. It's supposed to be a big, nice hotel. The one in Miami, I think it's like I think it's a real deal.
Is it spelled like that?
5-star hotel.
But like a space in between Fontaine and Blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you could look that hotel up too if you wanted, and then we could just go ahead and clear this whole thing.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
I mean, Fountain Bleu.
Oh, maybe it is one word. But yeah, I'm sorry. But I would say it's still the Fontaine Bleu is what I would call it. But, it could be wrong. Nobody was at the front desk back then correcting you.
Right.
Yeah.
And they may be. But I rode up down the strip a little bit, but this was a Thursday night. It was not the same strip I remember. I mean, when I was down there in like the late 90s, early 2000s, I mean, it was packed. I mean, cars both ways, we're just riding, yelling at each other, the music blaring, people probably doing a lot of underage consumption, and it's just a real party, beads and it's like, it was not like that. It's nice to see. It's a little cleaned up, and as a sober married man, I'm like happy to see that it was like a nice family beach down there now.
Yeah.
And then I went to Tampa, Florida, to the Tampa Theater. Sold out.
Boom.
It was great.
Nice.
It was hot. Very hot show.
How much time did you do?
I did
2 hours.
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
That theater is awesome.
It is
Very
awesome.
old theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hot shows. And
I did the show with Fallon there.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sold out
we did,
enough that before the show had sold out on the marquee out there. Which is fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, that's a really cool theater. That's a good theater you could shoot a special in.
Yeah.
It's very old and very
and
got a lot of character.
Like the ceiling is like that kind of light blue, like it's almost the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a awesome one, dude.
Yeah, it was good. It was a hot week.
Mm.
Yeah, I did, it's like another kind of like
You had a very variety of places you did
like
shows.
a triathlon of shows. We did a
just
college club,
A beautiful theater, a college, and a seafood restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of you in a nutshell.
But all great. I mean, the Beaches Comedy Club is like brand new, like 4 weeks old. Like the stage looked like a deck. It was like the front, like it built like a deck.
Mm-hmm.
And but it was hot. It was great. One of my old Spectracide bosses came out and we hung out, and it was one I liked. And yeah, we hung out on some picnic tables.
Is he still doing it?
No, he works similar job, but different company.
Yeah.
Oh, and I ran into a Scots rep outside of the Tampa. We took a picture outside of the Tampa Theater, and I still felt a little hate for the guy. I don't even know him, but he worked for the competition.
Just out of loyalty to Spectracide?
Yeah. We joked about it a little bit, but deep down I was like, I'd like to tear down this guy's display.
Yeah.
How do you know?
He had a display up?
No, but I mean, that's
like,
that's what I used to do. He's got one somewhere, and I wanted to go to Tampa Lowe's and just tear down a Scots display. Just
How do you know? He was wearing a uniform?
He's wearing a Scott shirt. Yeah.
Did he come to your show?
He said he was. I didn't see. I actually saw him outside of my hotel.
Yeah.
So.
And if Scott's was the number one, is this a little bit like a David and Goliath situation?
Yeah, for sure. Except in this, David is not like a righteous man. Spectracide being still a bad company. It's like almost like a Goliath and like a little Goliath.
But you root for the little Goliath. You're like, the underdog.
Because you're the David in this story, so it's okay.
Yeah, to some degree, I guess. But they won, though. In this story, they won. I mean, in the end, Scott's wins. Yeah. They actually, Bayer, which is the even bigger company, which owns like Bayer Aspirin, I think merged with Scott's. So they became like the ultimate, company.
They're doing stuff outside your body, inside your body.
Yeah. They got all the money.
Yeah.
They got everything. Mm-hmm. Bayer seemed like a little company, even though their umbrella company was probably the biggest of all of us, but they were like a small company.
That's funny if you went to their headquarters, and you're like, I have a headache. They're like, oh, that's what we do. And then you start talking about weeds. He's like, I'll get you. He goes,
for that too.
He goes 2 cubicles over and let's get some weed stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, God.
We got the stuff that's probably causing that headache.
That's toilet paper too, isn't it?
I don't know, but
Scott's?
I bet. I don't think. No,
is it the same?
It's Scott.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about Bayer toilet paper.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I've never heard of that.
I never heard of that either.
Scott is.
I'm taking it wrong.
It's like an old.
They're tied in with Monsanto. Monsanto owns Roundup, and then the Scott's repped Roundup.
Monsanto's doing good stuff, right?
I don't know.
No,
it's debatable.
I was kidding. I don't think. Okay.
You know who is doing good stuff? Factor. Well,
Let's give them a little separation. We're talking about all these corporate juggernauts. Let me tell you something. Warmer, sunnier days are coming, and I can't wait. Fueled up for those days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. And I hate prep, and I hate mess. Get to your wellness goals before summer with chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. They offer fresh, Factor does, never frozen meals that are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. And if you're like Dusty and you don't like to use the microwave, you can pop these suckers right in the oven, no problem.
I've done that, and it works.
They have the best options for lunches. When I'm home during the week, I never know what to eat for lunch. Well, I know what to eat, but Factor's right there in the fridge. They're the perfect option. Everyone struggles with what to eat for lunch. You want to eat something healthy. Not with Factor. Make your picks and then heat it up. You've got an amazing meal. Head to factormeals.com/Nate50 and use code Nate50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code Nate50 at factormeals.com/Nate50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Thank you, Factor.
Great ad read.
Yeah, great job.
Hey, thanks.
Somebody gave me this Western Sizzling hat, though, in Panama City Beach, too. So
that looks legit. It looks like
did they take it off their head?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, it was in a little bag. It was in a little cellophane bag.
Oh,
it looks a little used.
Does it?
Yeah,
it also looks
it
good.
Looks good.
Yeah.
It's been
I think that's
summers.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. You don't want a fresh Western Sizzling hat.
I'm wearing all Masters. I went to the Masters just on the Thursday. I haven't been here since I've been back.
How was it?
It was awesome. Yeah. And you walk around. I wanted to see the holes. So it was, I got to watch, I saw Tiger and he was playing with Jason Day. And like, I went and saw some Scotty Scheffler again.
Yeah.
No one cares about golf, but if you're into greatness, this guy is on, it's ridiculous right now.
Quite a tear he's on right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's Tiger-like of this dude won like 3 in a row or 4 or something, 4 out of 5 crazy. And so
had you never been to Augusta before?
No.
Oh
wow.
Nice, dude.
No, Scotty's a great, I haven't met him, but I mean, he seems like a wonderful person too. No, so I wanted to kind of see the holes because it was like, well, you see them on TV, and so you're like, well, let me go. I want to kind of see what they look like in person.
Amen corner and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And it was awesome. I bought some sunglasses, and they were like special master sunglasses. Lost them within an hour, and man, that bummed me out. They were.
How'd you lose them?
They were just. I had to buy, like a hat. To be honest, I get recognized a lot out there because I went out there first. I did not have a hat, I did not really think about it. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And everybody was always nice.
Yeah.
But it was like, all right, well, I need to, so I had to go.
About like a Groucho Marx mask.
I had to do something. It was very funny. There's a cop that goes, you need to get a hat if you want to walk. So I go, we were going to get stuff anyway. So I bought like a hat that covers your ears. And then I had these sunglasses.
Like a hat with a little.
Like a bucket hat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was like.
I don't know what that is.
It's bucket season. You know what a bucket hat is.
You know what a bucket hat is. Like a Popeye.
Yeah. One of the,
yeah. Some like,
you were like
Popeye wear a bucket hat?
Kind of.
But he wore just a
sailor's hat, but it's a little bucket-ish.
Okay.
Buckety.
And so something like that, you know, and I was like, I don't really wear those, but I was like, you know, the sun was out. It was very windy. And then I had these sunglasses, I had them sitting on top. And then they just must have fell somewhere. Yeah, it's tough. I was bummed out. I really liked. They were numbered. It was the number 45, so which is my age, and so you could buy certain. You know, they only made like 200 of them.
Oh man!
So if anybody's getting Masters sunglasses at number 45,
you
can have them. You can have them. I don't need them back, but. Just let me know they're in good hands.
Just know where they came from.
Yeah.
Now, I saw
don't mistreat them.
I saw some people commenting on Jason Day's attire.
Yeah.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, the company, he's Malbon, or I have some shoes, but it's very loose fitting kind of clothes. And so he was wearing that, and he had one that looked like Marlboro. It might have even said it might have said the name of the thing, but I think they told him not to wear that. They were like, you can't wear like, you know, with being Augusta, they don't want it to be that flashy. That Malbo, it's Malbo.
Oh, that one.
That one, they told him no. I think he had it on, and they were like, you got to take it off.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's very loose clothes. I guess it's loose clothes are what's cool now. I don't know.
Yeah, skinny jeans are out, they're saying, and now it's like, you know, you're back to looser jeans now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, yeah. Huh. So.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, start you guys' comments. Alicia Holder. I tried for a long time to get into podcasts. Literally could not get into anything for very long. Then I started binging Nateland after a TikTok had me dying. Now I'm hooked. I love each and every one of these guys, from Nate's comedic genius, Brian's awkward sweetness, Aaron's quick wittiness, to Dusty's conspiracy theories. Thank you for making our Wednesday much more fun, and keep it up, guys.
Well, you can appreciate my comedy some.
Yeah, well, look at mine. Comedic genius, awkward.
Yeah.
Sweetness.
Yeah, sweetness is nice.
Mine are not even really theories. I mean,
yeah.
Come on, guys.
It's something, though.
Something.
It is. I appreciate you,
Yeah,
Alicia.
thank you, Alicia.
Thank you, Alicia.
Matt K. I'm not even 30 seconds into the Eclipse episode, and I just wanted to say thank you for the best Nateland ever. This is a heavy hitter episode.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. Just good chemistry with who was there, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody holding us back. What were you about to say?
It's like we clicked.
Yeah. It took us two to replace you.
Yeah.
Well, I did see that. I saw you say that. I appreciate that. And I want to say I missed that I didn't get to race you guys. I saw you guys had a race, and I'm like, I mean,
we got some comments on here.
At least could have got third place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would have.
Okay.
I think people would like to see you run.
Yeah. I think we got a comment about that coming up, Brian. So
we'll Derek Jones. Shout out to the video team. Great looking Eclipse episode. Yes, y'all did great.
Right. Y'all did.
It really looked awesome. Huh?
I guess.
Wow.
Well, I mean, our backs were to the sun. We had to turn around and look at it every time the eclipse.
Yeah.
And then I texted, I'm joking, but I texted with Tristan and I said, Tristan, now that I see how good it looks, I know why y'all did that with those bleachers behind us.
Yeah.
And he goes, Actually, we thought the sun was going to go the other direction, which is so funny.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm kidding. It looked great.
Yeah, the lighting in it looked awesome.
It
You
did.
never know what the sun's going to do during an eclipse.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
You know what that
Bounces.
No, I think that's the whole point is we know precisely what it's going to do. To the second, we know when it's.
Yeah, it was like it was very cool. Look to see it get dark on the screen, and I mean it was that was fun.
What were you doing? Hunker down?
No, I was just living my life, and I did go away, and then I did go out. At one point, I was like, "It seems weird outside right now." I was like, "What's going on out here?"
Did you forget?
You forgot the eclipse.
Yeah, and then I didn't have any kind of eclipse glasses, so I put on 2 pair of sunglasses and looked up at the sun, and I was like, "Oh, the eclipse is happening."
Yeah.
And then I was.
But why did you? If you didn't know the eclipse was happening, why did you put 2 sunglasses?
Well, once I saw how weird it was, I was like, "Oh, maybe the eclipse is happening."
Yeah.
And then I looked at it, and then I was like, "Hannah, look at it." And she's like, "I've already tried to look at it. It hurts my eyes." And then we just went back to moving rocks.
Yeah.
We were moving rocks
Yeah.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Yeah.
I didn't want to give it any praise.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm. But you saw it.
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah.
I did see
It's like
it.
the Scots.
And it is pretty. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like the Scots. You're like, I know you're there. I know you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
but
I don't really want to acknowledge
I
it.
don't want to acknowledge it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you any praise.
Yeah.
Lance Wallace, great eclipse episode. Warren and Chris are definitely top 4 guests. What I appreciated most was the amount of awe and wonder directed at John's thumbs compared to the eclipse. Love that you guys are keeping it real.
Oh,
Well, reading that, I appreciate that about you guys. You're
Mhm.
like, you don't care about the eclipse either. You're like, look at John's thumbs.
yeah. I'd never seen thumbs like that.
Yeah, we
before.
never seen them.
What did it do? Bend back a lot?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
bent back at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah,
Wow.
it took a hard turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think that's all about?
I don't know.
Probably the eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Like
normal.
he's some
and
kind
then
of
his thumbs,
shapeshifter.
his thumbs followed the eclipse. And then, hey,
I knew there was something about
Yeah.
John. Probably reptilian.
yeah.
It's like how plants
Yeah.
move with the sun.
Yeah.
Matthew Hawkins. I got an interview for a high school principal job.
All right.
My wife's first words were, "That's going to be during the eclipse." Fast forward to the interview, and we paused to go outside, where I find myself staring at the sun in a suit with 7 strangers. At the end, the superintendent said, "Well, that was anticlimactic," to which I jokingly replied, "Me or the eclipse?" No one laughed, and I had to go back in and finish the interview. That's a good joke.
That should have
is a
gotten
good
a
job.
laugh.
That should have got a laugh.
That is a good
And
job.
I don't know if you got the job, Matthew, but if you didn't, it's a
Yeah.
blessing in disguise.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You want to be hanging around those people every day?
I'd like an update, though, Matthew. If you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
comment, let us know. Did you get that job?
That's a solid joke.
And those high school principal, I know just because this is what my family does. Those are big. Those job searches are like big endeavors. Sometimes they take a
Mhm.
long time. A lot of people are being interviewed. So yeah, keep us updated, man. That's big time.
Because this is probably for the fall, I'm guessing.
Yeah, or maybe even farther out.
And also, what did that guy expect? What
Yeah.
did the superintendent expect was going to happen? Has he
Yeah.
never seen an eclipse
Yeah.
before?
Well, it sounded like just how you described it for yourself.
Anticlimactic. I don't know what he wanted. He wanted probably more fire.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
He
stuff
he
happened.
thought it was going to fall out of the sky or
Yeah.
something. He thought the earthquake was coming.
Yeah.
That's why he was like, "Yeah, I'll do."
Yeah,
the
that
job
is kind
interview."
of that would be, but someone that would say that, I guess, wouldn't get a joke either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because he's saying, well, that was anticlimactic. You're like, what are you, is it something that doesn't happen every now? Like, you're like, I don't know what else. Too much stuff going on in this
Yeah.
world. You should be impressed by something.
Mm-hmm.
How old was the superintendent?
Probably old.
Maybe he's been through a lot of them.
yeah. That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also don't know where Matthew lives. It could have been just a very partial
Yeah.
eclipse.
Yeah. Where it wasn't that.
Yeah, it weren't in
That's true.
totality.
Yeah.
It's weird though when it was like I just remember like the day I was just out there and I'm like, it seems so weird out here. Like the light, I was like, just seems weird.
Did you hear bugs more? Or?
I didn't really, but I just was like, why is it so weird out here?
You like totally forgot about it?
Well, I was doing stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I got out there and I got to work and if for some reason I thought since you guys were traveling to do it, then I wouldn't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because you were traveling, I thought you had to go to where you could see the eclipse.
Right.
Well, I think it was pretty cloudy here. Or was it, could you?
I saw it. I was able to look up.
But
Yeah.
Were you in McMinnville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if we would have stayed here, we wouldn't have really seen it. We went to a really good spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick Elizondo. Might be right. Nate saying he would be 65 at the next eclipse, and Aaron responded with, "You'd be the same age as Brian now." Did not get the attention it deserved. Hilarious. Yeah, that was a solid joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah. Good job. Looks like a Elizondo. This might sound crazy. Looks like a woman's last name.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe it's Nikki.
Does that Phil?
Would it be Elizonda?
Well, like because of like Alicia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
I'm just saying, for that last name, I think the women look better than the men.
Maybe it is Nikki. Maybe it's Nikki.
Nah, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's a.
I was driving back from Atlanta last night with my wife, and we drove past an Ambassador Inn, a big neon sign for the Ambassador Inn, and the R was out. And we're driving, and Lucy goes, "The Ambasado Inn." That sounds. I mean, dude, it was so crazy. Ambasado.
What would it be?
Ambassador.
Oh,
Inn.
Ambassador.
Yeah.
Inn. Ambasado.
It was genuinely like
Yeah.
Ambasado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us get a taste of your life.
Yeah.
A glimpse, I think.
That's funny.
No, I'm joking. It's funny. It's nice to everybody at home get to, they go, "What's a Lucy Aaron car ride like?"
Yeah.
That's
I was
the kind of
curious
hijinks we get into.
The one time
there.
they talked the whole ride.
Yeah.
Took their here.
It was one of 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. You could ride quiet in a car.
Because you're watching West Wing, right?
No, I mean the Matt Taylor, the other comic, was with me. So Lucy sat in the back and kept to
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
And she poked her head in to say Ambasado and laughed, and then she went back
that's
to her.
funny.
Yeah.
Heather B. After seeing Bean Dip run the 40-yard dash, I think we may have to revisit the debate that he would blend in better on a soccer field than Dusty would in the pool.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying the whole time. I mean, nobody. It's insane that the argument even went this far. No offense to Brian.
No. The majority of the comments, even though
Nate had a pretty good run, I'll say. I mean, you won, right?
Nate did win.
John would have beat me. John ran. It's Brian's run is, it's, you can really see him get going.
I'm trying 110%.
Yeah.
There is something going on with your shoes, though.
Yeah.
It feels like you're running on.
It looks like his upper and lower body are not the same person.
Yeah.
And so he's like, it looks like he's on a ride. He's trying to make it go, but the lower body won't go.
He looks like me cranking that thing.
He's cranking it, and he's like, "Well, why is mine not going as much?" And everybody's like, "I don't know, maybe it got stuck or something."
You should have took his shoes off for the run.
Well, a lot of people comment I was wearing clown shoes, and
we're all wearing jeans too.
Yeah.
Aaron looked good.
Aaron looked good, but Aaron pulled up
right there. Right
He
there.
does like a little ankle fold, maybe, or something. Something gave.
About 2 seconds in, I thought I'm gonna fall, and I just didn't want to fall on camera.
Yeah.
Greg Warren's run scares me, though. He looks like I would not want to fight Greg Warren. I mean, look at that.
He runs through a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's still, whatever you want to say, a D1 athlete.
That guy looks like
D1, yeah. So
it's not a pretty run, but he looks like
but it's a serious run.
It's an intense run.
He would beat you to death.
He's running somewhere.
John got off to such a slow start.
When John started running, we kind of all laughed because we thought he was jokingly running slow.
Yeah.
He right after that, he raced his girlfriend, and it was like 5.5 the second time.
No, he would have. Yeah. Well, he took off too slow.
Yeah.
Well, John played sports in college too, I think.
But not
D1.
Well, what is Sanford
D6 or whatever. Yeah, they're barely a college.
No, I think Sanford's. Are they D1?
I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I don't think
they might be D1. Yeah. I mean, it's tennis, so they're on the backside of D1. But it's not. I think wrestling. I think wrestling above is. I think Missouri D1 wrestling is above Sanford tennis.
Oh, completely.
And Greg was an All-American.
Yeah, and he excelled at that
It's
level.
crazy. Yeah.
So, Dusty, where do you think you would fall in this? We were all between 6 and 7 seconds, which is.
I think it was 6-1. I think I can get below 6.
I think so too.
Yeah.
How far was it?
40 yards.
40-yard dash. That's what's called the 40.
40-yard dash.
I have no idea, but I saw this and I was like, I would have wanted to participate in this.
So you just think you can beat me and Brian.
Well, for sure. I think I could have beat Greg too in a race, not a fight.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
Just in case
as bad as I looked, I'm still happy. I mean, I thought I might lose by 2 seconds to everybody. And we were all within a half a second of each other.
Yeah, I think that when the 40-yard dash, that half second means a lot more than. I mean, there can't be. If you're 2 seconds behind, you're like, I mean, we're not now. If they showed up Brian, he ran an 8. You're like, God, you wouldn't even know.
I mean, I didn't know until we did it. I'm like, because I haven't ran it.
I see the scores.
Yeah,
I think Rich Eisen just did it, and this weekend and did 6.25.
Oh, really?
So he had been right in there.
Yeah, he'd been right in there. Greg would have beat him. The Rich Eisen running the 40, and that's my favorite thing.
Oh, Greg beat John.
I didn't see it.
Oh, he runs at every NFL draft in a suit. His logo is my favorite logo of anybody because it's him running the 40 in a suit with his tie, so it's a silhouette of him.
Oh, that's fun.
And he does it every NFL draft. It's my favorite logo because I love the idea. I think I've been on a show. I told him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's such a
that's great.
It's the best logo. It's just perfect. It's just him in a suit running a 40-yard dash.
What kind of time does he get?
Well, he just did 6.25.
Yeah.
I thought he always did during the combine, but he did it this weekend. So maybe I
thought he did during the combine too.
Maybe
What's
I'm wrong.
the fastest 40?
4.2. Someone might just run it 4.21.
I feel like
maybe a 4.1. There's supposedly Bo Jackson. I think you could have ran a 4.1, something like that. 4.21 this year.
4.21.
Yeah,
man, broke the record 4.22 set by John Ross in 2017.
Yeah, we had Chris Johnson. He came to the Titans 4.24, and that's
so fast, dude.
It's so fast. It will be fun to see if you see someone get under 4 in our lifetime. I mean, that's a lot of time to take off. So that's what I mean. Those half seconds, like to get to 4.0. I mean, that's
it probably
crazy.
will happen.
I think it could happen.
Don't you think Usain Bolt could have if he chose to?
No, because I think he would have done it. I mean, it's just such a short amount of time to run that it would be, that's so fast. Under 4 seconds is, if someone's like a 3.9, I mean, can you?
Yeah, that's insane.
That's so much faster than 4.21.
But I remember reading about the first guy to break the 4-minute mile. It was like a lot.
Roger Bannister.
Once he did it, like a ton of people did it.
Did you have his poster on your wall?
Right next to Chuck Yeager.
Yeah.
So once somebody breaks 4 seconds,
that's the famous story though of how
will.
It's a mental thing, and once somebody does it, then a lot of people can do
Floodgates open.
Yeah,
and we'll be running, you and I.
More in the 5 range.
I mean, this brought back a lot of memories of on the playground at school. And some kids like, we're going to race, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is going to be embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
No, you did. Yeah, your time. Were you in last or
no? I was last.
Oh yeah.
I mean, got 20 years younger.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is the awkward sweetness we've been hearing about.
Mountain Habit, MT Habit. Brian ran like a kid on the pool deck who had been told that no running is allowed.
There is something about the run that you're doing, and I just don't feel like you run that way. I've never seen you run.
I think
okay, I mean, maybe, but...
even if I didn't have the clown shoes on, that's basically the way I run.
Yeah.
No, I think, it's the jeans too are constricting.
It just feels like there's something going on, though.
Yeah, You're
like, it's like you're running
floor is lava.
I mean, he looks like he's in full pain.
Like the floor's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't tried to run as fast as I could in, who knows, 30 years.
Yeah. Me either, yeah.
Let me ask you, when's the last time you sprinted?
Look at that
It's been a
face,
while.
dude.
Yeah.
I know.
You are feeling
And were you sprinting for a reason? Like, were you running from something, or were you?
once in a while, I'll run a little bit on the treadmill, but not very long.
It's not a sprint.
Sprint though.
As fast as you can. I've tried to run pretty fast on it before.
Yeah, but a sprint is really on the ground.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not running a sprint on a treadmill.
I would say it's been 10 years.
Yeah,
since I've really tried to sprint.
About the same.
Because I remember when I stopped drinking, I was riding my bike a lot, and I was running some, and I remember doing some full on sprints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sprinting's fun. You know.
Yeah, it was fun.
Because there's the thing you could do, like a run where it's like it's supposed to help lose weight, where you run as fast as you can and then walk for a little bit, and then run as fast as you can and then walk. And it's like supposed to get the heart rate up and then down, and it's supposed to burn fat.
Interval training or something.
Like
yeah. I think anything on a treadmill will help.
Well, this was on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can do another track and field competition or something, and Dusty can get in there.
Let's add the pool in.
Do
a triathlon.
Yeah, we'll do a trial. Yeah, we'll do a whole,
not a whole one, but like a short triathlon.
We'll do it.
Yeah,
we know what I'm gonna be off this summer, or calm down. We're finding a good day to
get it going.
Get a little fun little thing for us. Adam Baltz. Coming from track and field, Aaron had the best form off the line and getting up to speed. I agree with that. If he got down to Nate's BMI, he'd crush that competition.
Thank you, Adam.
I think you did. You had that.
If this were a 10-yard dash, I think I'd.
No, the hiccup in the middle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it was shorter, you would have won.
It's right there. Look how you go on your foot. Your foot turns. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here is you go on that. Once you
slow down
hit
at
that,
the end a lot too. What do you think happened?
And if you're
I didn't want to fall down. I thought I was about to
right
fall.
here. He goes boom.
There.
And then once you go there,
I dip a little bit.
That was the points. Yeah, I mean that's just brutal. It's that he's like it's like where you almost are gonna fall where you step.
Yes.
You step so low, like you end up going. Your body just sinks.
Where you don't see a curb or something. Yeah, that's what it is.
And
miss
you
a
end
step.
up. Yeah, you miss. Yeah, that's what happened to you. So
if you just listen to this podcast, all this is on our social media.
Yeah, running the 40.
You can go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Alex R. Smith. Quick recap: the pain and Bumble had on his face was felt through the screen. It's your face was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
hot.
Yeah, just like golly.
I'm trying so hard.
Like it's your run is like in a movie. When they show Godzilla, like you're the first person they show full on the screen that gets killed. Like it's that run and this like that, to show you some bad, like you already see, because there's masses of people that are like, God, they get stepped on.
Yeah.
And you're the one that's like, you got to play a part in the movie.
Right.
You've been shown, but you're not a main part in the movie. And you're that face and you're, like the lawyer in Jurassic Park. The lawyer that gets eaten by the T-Rex pretty quick.
Just trying to humanize this tragedy a bit.
Yeah. You're like, and that's the face that he's running. Ooh.
Yeah.
Aaron's hamstrings looked like they betrayed him about 10 yards in. That's true. John looks like he was out for a jog. Nate had surprisingly fast dead speed. Appreciate that. And Greg was moving. Beautiful form, smooth as Jif. All right.
Thank you.
It's a pretty good assessment.
That was a good recap.
Chase Newman. What are Aaron's thoughts on California's considering banning clear in its airports?
Mm-hmm. Was it you that sent me this, Dusty?
Yeah.
I said, it's exciting. I'm sure they're doing it for the wrong reasons, but I'm glad that it's happening.
You don't like it?
No, I'm glad that it's happening.
I don't like clear.
I don't like clear. Yeah. But I don't know why they're banning it.
I find only once in a while is clear actually helpful. I mean, like so many airports. I find it
because pre-check, they open pre-check up while it's just open.
Yeah.
And so like they start letting people through and that line can be pretty crazy. So if you get pre-check and clear, you just get to go boop.
I did it in, where was I? Cleveland recently where clear was pretty helpful. But most like Nashville airport, clear slows me down. I mean, it's like pre-check's wide open. The biggest annoyance with pre-check in Nashville is like the circus that they make you walk through to get there.
Yeah, you would think lines would change. We haven't really had a line change. Like, why are we not sitting some of these colleges on the line?
Fix the line problem.
Fix the line problem in just life. because it's always back and forth.
Yeah, why do they even do that though? Why is a snake more efficient than a straight line?
Well, because I think you can't have them standing all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you need to have it be able to move and be, I guess they just need to open it. Because when it's, half the time it's like, all right, dude, don't make us go through 15 things and there's no one there. So like someone needs to be, and so maybe a little more mechanical where you can open it up, because I mean these people need to, someone needs to go, sometimes because they're pull the strap over and then it's like
in Nashville they have the strap, but they also have like these metal ones, so you can't really just kind of pop it out and move through, and it's almost double to where you can't duck under it.
Yeah,
it's a real contraption that they got. Yeah, it's like, come on,
it's
guys, there's no one in this line.
Yeah,
let us walk.
Yeah, you got to just be kind of aware of the line, like someone's kind of monitoring the. It's just like, with all the people, you would think you have like someone's job is like, hey, just kind of make this outside experience flow and be, and just kind of be, all right, like I'm watching the lines. You know what? We don't need it. Maybe we do need it now. And then we could lock it back up and,
Nashville baggage claim is the worst. The airport, it's like the
it is especially bad.
It's so slow. I go all over the country getting bags. It's so slow. And then it comes out and like, I don't know where people are at to get their bags. They're not there. It's so slow and they're still not there. This time I was in there and the bags kept getting backed up and bags were being dumped off the side because they were getting clogged up. And like I had to jump into the thing and pull some bags out because I'm like, I'm waiting on my bag. And then you get these priority stickers on your bag. And it's like your bags are supposed to come out first. But in Nashville, they're like, who cares? And it's like, I got a priority thing and my bag's like last. And I'm like, what's going on here?
Priorities.
Never even heard of
that. If
you're like a status, they were put.
Yeah, they don't do that on Southwest. I'll tell you that.
Do they?
But we get to check them for free. That's the trade-off.
Yeah.
Business Select.
I check free.
Nothing with baggage.
I get 2 free check bags.
With what airline?
American Airlines.
Oh, how about
Comes
that?
with some status.
Yeah, you get status. You fly a lot, you get all that stuff.
How about that, dude?
Did you remember Southwest is looking at not doing the random seats anymore?
No, what are they? Oh, really?
Doing assigned seats.
Oh, yeah. I love
really?
That.
They're looking at it.
If they'll do that, I'll start booking with Southwest.
Yeah.
Because we got a hub here. That'd be great.
But would they have first class?
I don't know.
Booking first too. It's one of those things that I think you would want it, and then I think there's part of me that thinks like you could end up being like, man, I wish we didn't. I think they're doing it to raise profits. Yeah, but there's something. Maybe there's like half of it can be, then half of it can't. But there's something, kind of. I bet it's one of those that you'd be like, kind of miss it. Because I'm
so used to it now.
Yeah, it's the excitement of being like, am I going to get this empty seat?
It's like gambling. Dude.
Yeah.
It's the same rush.
Yeah. And like, all right, if I can get up front, if I can be one of the first things, I can get in. If you're a high B, you're like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to get an aisle or a window. Yes. I don't have to worry.
Being a high A in there is pretty. There is some power trip to it a little bit. It massages the ego a bit. You're like, oh, what are you, A2? Oh, I'm 1.
Yeah.
I'm 1.
You get to a certain age, you don't get many wins in life, dude.
Yeah.
And when you get the right seat, the camaraderie the bond that you form with another human being when you realize nobody's sitting between you is special, dude.
Yeah.
It's really special. Give them a nux.
It is special. Yeah. And when that happens and you look over and the person at the other seat has their headphones on and are not paying attention, you're like, come on, dude. I wanted to be like, we got an open seat. I wanted to do that. And
when we get excited, I always say, I want to count my chickens.
Yeah.
What's the saying?
Chickens before they hatch.
Eggs before they hatch. Count the eggs before they hatch. That's what I say. I nail it in the
chickens before the eggs.
I want to do that and go, let's talk about the seat, but then don't talk to me the rest of the time.
Right. Once the plane takes off, put those headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're separate people.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It is very stressful though. Like, that stress of like hoping it's going to stay empty. That's like, your heart rate would be up.
Yeah.
I had a weird situation the other day where it was like just 2 seats on the side, and I was there, and then an empty seat, and it was like towards the end, and they came up to me. I already had all my stuff in place, and they go, "Hey, you've been upgraded. Do you want to move up?" And I go, well, is anybody going to sit here? I was like, because if this seat's going to be empty, then I'm fine just staying here. Mm-hmm. And they go, yeah, I don't think they're showing up. And I go, cool. And then they showed up. And so I get up and I go, hey, somebody showed up. Can I get that upgrade now? And they were like, yeah, we'll work it out. So then so now it feels like because this girl has sat next to me that I'm like, I want to move. But I'm like, I just want.
Well, was she an undesirable?
She was fine.
Companion? Okay.
She was fine. Okay. But it was just like.
Maybe she thought she didn't want to sit next to this woman next to.
Well, that's what I thought. And then I tried to like make a joke with her about it. Like I was like, I may move and you may get this whole seat to yourself. But I don't know. Maybe she didn't speak English or whatever, but it seems like she like tried to shush me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, well, I'm about to get out of here then. And then that did get moved, but it was like just a weird, I was like, yeah, I want the upgrade if I'm not going to get the whole seat to myself.
Right.
I don't want to share an armrest.
Yeah.
But it was just a weird situation where I was like, well, at the end of the day, I'm about to get out of here.
Yeah.
But it felt like because she sat down, I was like, all right, yeah, I don't want to sit next to this lady.
Yeah.
And I didn't, though. But not,
Was the upgrade to first class?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't want to.
Well, I was like, if this seat's going to be empty,
you're good.
It's like, it's basically.
I feel like when you get
seat.
settled in, you're settled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a cup here, I got a mug, and I got some snacks, and I'm like, I got to take all this stuff out of here now. I
could see that because you seem like a guy that like, you hunker down.
Yeah, I got a real plan.
You're like a guy that pitches a tent, like you already, and you do it fast. You're not it's like, it's going to be a lot.
I got a real plan. I get in there and I try to be out of everybody's way, but I try to get all my things. I'm ready to go.
Shoes off? You take your shoes off on the plane?
I wish, but I'm not. I don't do that.
I've had them off at like under your seat or something like that. People always say the shoes off. I don't think it's insane if, it's like you just be aware. Like, do you think your feet are awful?
Yeah.
And then it's people that are putting them up everywhere. But if a guy slips his shoes off and has them just under the seat, no one can see that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem.
I agree.
Okay.
It's like when people put them up and they got them everywhere. And I don't think people don't think it's a problem if it's a woman's foot. I think it's men's feet.
Yeah, for sure.
Women's feet can smell.
Yeah, but the women's feet are just smaller and they're just like, it's like it's a man's foot is like just
it's like disgusting.
You're like, well, you're just an animal.
Yeah.
Like you're just. But I mean, it's like
agree.
when people put them up high and it's like you notice.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can take your shoes off if you're like no one's gonna really notice you have your shoes off.
Saw a guy at the Omaha Zoo walking around barefoot at the zoo.
The guy's grounded.
Maybe he's gonna live there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he escaped.
Maybe he's looking for his own own thing.
I've been thinking about him for 2 weeks. Yeah. Like what that guy's life is like.
He's like, whose cage? Is this cage open? Maybe he wants to be in there.
Do you think the wife pushes? He was walking with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she pushes back on that at all? Or at this point, it's like, this is just what he does. He walks around barefoot.
Yeah, I bet there's other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a compromise between
That's
the two?
the least of her worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might be just an old,
How old
she made him go to the zoo.
Early mid 40s.
Do you have dreads?
No. This was not a hippie looking guy. This was like corn-fed Nebraska man.
Maybe there's a reason he
that
doesn't
is
have
weird.
shoes. Yeah, that is like
Maybe he blew out a flip-flop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he blew out one, so he just threw the other one out. And said,
I mean,
let's go barefoot.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gotta.
I would have it in my hand so I could, if people looked at me weird, I could explain it to them.
Yeah, I can see that too. Put in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was he wearing jeans?
Jean shorts.
Okay.
Jean shorts.
Well, maybe
Okay.
he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more you describe this guy, this guy's like, he's like, I don't care. I didn't even want to come to the zoo today.
Sounds like something Dusty would do.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off too.
What zoo was it?
The Omaha Zoo.
Yeah.
I got a lot of sun while I was in Florida. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's why you don't like it going away in the eclipse.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Tyler Lago. My wife is 39 weeks pregnant, and we went to Nate's special in Phoenix. Cut to 3 hours after the show, and we're at the hospital getting ready for a baby girl to come. If that ain't the most folks thing, I don't know what it is. Amazing special, Nate. So proud of you. I love that.
How about that?
We always want to hopefully have that good of a show that you get some stuff
you
moving.
induce a pregnancy.
Yeah.
That's a good set right there. Congratulations, Tyler.
Tell us her name. Will you name your special after her?
Yeah.
Either that or the guy that was sleeping.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name it after him.
If you were asleep at Nate's show, let us know.
Name it after him, but put description idiot in front of it. Like you're like idiot, Fred Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
No offense if there's a Fred Johnson that listens to this podcast.
I think I have the name now.
Well, last
I'm not
week
gonna say it, but
okay,
because I'm not completely positive. But I think I do like the name a lot.
Hello Moon.
Hello Moon. It's hello. Yeah, not world. It's more. Yeah.
Goodbye
Universe.
world.
Goodbye world. I think this is it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's farewell tour.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about Nebraska. I didn't have comments this week, but a few things everyone wanted us to know. I forgot to say Johnny Carson is from Nebraska.
Mhm.
That's a big one.
Oh yeah.
Forgot to tell.
We talked about Adam Devine. He's kind of our generation's Johnny Carson. Yeah.
I forgot to mention the College World Series is in Omaha.
Yeah, they used to do a comedy festival.
Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, Johnny Carson's from there.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I said about the government was wrong. Unicameral, I said that means no political parties.
Uh-huh.
It just means there's not two legislative bodies.
So there's not a Congress and a Senate. There's just one.
Just one.
Okay.
So I got that wrong.
But we read it as there's no Democrats or Republicans. Everybody's the same party.
And I still don't 100% understand it because it
Uh-huh.
says they're nonpartisan. And I guess I don't know what that means exactly. But apparently there's Democrats, Republicans. They're just nonpartisan.
Sounds like a lie.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, really, there's no such thing as nonpartisan, really. I mean,
Well,
everybody's got their own thing.
And I said Western Nebraska had some mountains. And I guess I don't remember correctly.
Do you even look up Nebraska?
It's got
Yeah.
some hills.
Yeah. Were you just going off
Yeah.
just vibes?
Just some hearsay. You got a buddy that visited
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yeah, you looked up Washington State.
Yeah. I got it wrong.
Hold on.
Anyway,
Let me pee.
Yeah.
do you want to do an ad read?
Oh, yeah.
This would be the perfect time.
All right. This is going to be great. Ready to win Mother's Day and cement your reputation as the best gift giver in the family.
Yep.
Give the moms in your life, not just your mom, give the moms in your life an Aura digital picture frame preloaded with decades of family photos.
Decades.
She'll love looking back on your childhood memories and seeing what you're up to today.
Mm-hmm.
Even better, with unlimited storage and an easy to use app, you can keep updating mom's frames with new photos. So it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best thing about this frame, other than just generally how it looks.
Yeah, it's very easy to add photos, remove photos.
I mean, my mom and dad have them set up. They're not married, so they have them in different houses. And I'll just upload some photos once in a while. And also an interesting thing is they can give it to other relatives, and then I can go on, see the photos that have been uploaded recently,
Ooh.
and then compete with those family members and go, oh, you think she wants to see your kid?
Mhm.
Let me load a few of my kid in here and see if I can't delete yours. You can, I don't think. I really love using Aura frames. I just upload the photos for my mom and dad to be able to see it. Oh, all right. Okay. I'm just reading what I just told you.
Yeah.
I got both of them one now, and sending them pictures is easier than ever. It's a really cool frame. The old school frames, you had to have a memory card. Now you just use the app to upload the photos. Right now, Aura is a great deal. It has a great deal. This is what happens when I try to get too into the ad read. I don't know what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Right now, Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. Listeners can save on the perfect gift by using auraframes.com to get $30 off plus free shipping
Great deal.
on their best-selling frame. That's AURA frames.com. Use code NATE at checkout to save. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, yeah, of course they do. It would be ridiculous if they didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a good frame.
Or
though.
frame. It is a nice frame.
I like it a lot.
It's
I
a
mean,
great product. Big advocate.
you
of
can
it.
put little videos on there too.
I didn't know that.
You
Yes.
can do videos.
So
yeah.
and then it's no sound, so you don't have to worry about what you might be saying in the background. I'll send them little videos, and I don't know what I'm saying. I may be talking trash about that relative while that's going on, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You just send it.
You know how many great videos I record, and then I play them back, and all you hear is just me going. because I'm holding it so close to my face.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I did not know about the video for Orphalate.
yeah, you can control how long they play on there. It's a good time.
It's cool. I mean, and even my dad was at my house and we set it up, and he was like, I said, call me when you get home and I'll help you get it connected to Wi-Fi. He didn't even need me.
Your dad did it.
My dad, well, probably his wife, but neither of them are like extremely tech savvy.
I mean, I didn't even have to call Aaron. That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
I did it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I call Aaron a lot for help with technical stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So this week, you guys are all headed off to Hollywood. Well, I guess Nate and Dusty this week, and you're next week, right?
Yep, next week.
So
when are you going?
I'm going, well, as the Wednesday, the day the podcast comes out, I'll be flying out. I have a podcast. I'm doing a live podcast, me and my wife at the Comedy Store on Thursday. And then I have my 2 shows on Friday.
Bring the kids up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing the whole family. My son's never flown.
Oh, yeah.
And then Daisy's flown. But Daisy's already been to Canada. She's practically a world traveler.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to stay in Hermosa Beach. We're going to be out near the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Get some sun.
Yeah.
And how long are you there?
Well,
Through the whole weekend?
5 days,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to do something with Leanne Morgan on Saturday, and then another late show with Steve Fury at the Comedy Store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Going to be some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When your show? Your show is that Wednesday?
May 8th, at the Hollywood Improv.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Netflix is a Joke festival that we're doing.
Yeah, mine are May 2nd, May 3rd. I may even be early. I don't know. I feel like the festival really gets kicked off.
It's May 1st and 2nd. Because I think our show is, mine's Seinfeld, Gaffigan, Sebastian at Hollywood Bowl. And I want to say ours might be the first. It might
May
be
1st?
the kickoff. I think it's May 1st and 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a decent lineup.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah, it
excited.
might sell some tickets.
Yeah.
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 That is a good, I mean, that's great though. Hey, did you guys figure out the lineup?
Not yet. We're Seinfeld has this Unfrosted. It's about to come out
This weekend.
I feel like it would be weird to put you first. You're like the hottest comic in the country. It would be weird to have you go first, in my opinion. I get their legends and all this and whatnot, but
I don't know. I think I should go first. I mean, I feel like, it's like they've been doing it longer. It's
You're the youngest,
seniority.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I like, I've always liked that. But I think we might be drawing it out of a hat, which there's a chance. I don't know how they're going to do it, but there's a chance we're going to do it, maybe on stage.
And you got
together.
2 shows, so you can mix it up.
Yeah. But it'll be, I think I like the idea of doing it kind of in front of everybody and, yeah.
And are y'all doing the same amount of time?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be like 25, 30 minutes. I mean, I think it'll be.
Yeah, do it and then throw the mic in the crowd after your set. And go follow that, guys.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Today's Seinfeld's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I watched a thing he doesn't care to be 70. It is 70 years old.
He's turning 70?
Turned 70 today.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It looked like it, doesn't it?
He's like my age in the show.
Yeah. 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 You got time.
Time flies, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that show came out over 30 years ago.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
So I read it. Well, first of all, you mentioned Leanne Morgan. We should give her props because she just announced she's got a sitcom in the works.
Very good.
Yeah. Chuck Lorre, Netflix. It's awesome.
Yeah. It is awesome.
Yeah. I was about to say, I read an article today from New York Times where Hollywood's dying, but that was mainly
really?
for movies.
Oh. Because Seinfeld said stuff about movies.
Dying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or he said TV shows too, because there's nothing on TV. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The article I read just said the pandemic obviously really hurt. People never completely came back, at least to theaters after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then Top Gun Maverick kind of saved the day for a while. And, but then since then, things have really suffered. Streaming's not quite, for movies at least. This is movies that we're talking about.
I disagree with all that.
You do?
Look, that's, what I want to do is I think I know what people want to see. I'm not trying to be arrogant about it, but I'm just saying there's nothing for anybody to go out there. The people that are writing stuff do not live these normal lives. They have no touch with reality.
100%.
And so they're in Los Angeles, and like a lot of them are too. They're awesome, great writers, but there's a mix of the guy, a lot of the men and women that have been writing for a long time versus some of the younger men and women that are doing it, that are young and they're trying to write a movie and they're 22 years old and they don't, it's like your reality is just not, it's no reality. Like you can't, when you make a movie. Yeah. I just watched Anyone But You or something, the one with Sydney and that other guy. I mean, it's I don't want to trash movies, but it's tough. It's tough. And it's like, I'm watching it as I want to hopefully one day get to make stuff. And
like a rom-com, something like that?
No, I want to make stuff. Look, this is, I want to bring, I think the movie theater still is a thing. I still think people want to go out to it. I think people want to watch multicams on sitcoms. I don't think Hollywood is dead. I think Hollywood's not giving anybody anything to watch. I don't think they understand that. I think they're so out of touch. That's why I live here. That's why there's all these things that I do to make sure you're around a normal existence, as normal as it can be, and be aware of it. That's why, with stand-up is I try to make sure it's like I talk about myself because I want it to be relatable. And that's the stuff that what everything used to be, people used to be able to relate to it. I mean, even whatever show you watch, someone could relate. You relate to that show. I don't think this stuff is dead. I want to go to the movie theater. I like going. I like taking my daughter. She likes going. There's nothing for us to see. There's nothing for us to go do. And there's nothing for me and Laura to go to together. So you're not only splitting stuff up where kids can't go, but there's nothing for a couple to really go to because it's like Godzilla or I don't even know, like it could be some super girly movie or something. There's just, I don't know if they're having movies for women, to be honest. I can't even think, women have housewives, or like they're watching,
reality shows.
I mean, the reality shows are really kind of what they're watching. They're not even making stuff. I mean, you're not even making TV for, you're not making TV for like a family. Like it's so directed to be like, someone's got to go get out of the room. Someone's having to sacrifice while the other one gets to enjoy, and nothing is together. That's why Seinfeld just said it about multicams. There, used to be to have All in the Family. You had all these sitcoms on, Andy Griffith Show, Cosby Show, like whatever it was. You would have these people come home and they could all watch it, and you didn't have to get people out of the room. You didn't have to. And now it's so specific. No one's making anything for broad.
Do you think that the content is changing how people watch TV, or is how people watch TV changing the content?
I don't think so. I mean,
do you think families behave that way anymore? Like, do families sit down and watch stuff like together?
The idea that when the cell phone was invented, you lost that. It's anybody answering the phone. Hello, who do you want to talk to? Yeah. It's like that kind of resemblance that's kind of gone. But I still think there's a giant market for that. I say that as someone that is on tour, and I'm doing stand-up, and I'm really seeing that there are children and moms, and I see a lot of grandparents that come out to show. That's some of my favorite things to see is a grandmother, or someone in their 50s, 60s. I don't know, she might even be a grandma, but an older lady. Like, I love that so much because that person. There is nothing on this planet for them. I mean, there's not. Their best bet is the only thing they can watch is news because they would be into that. There is no entertainment that's going after them at all.
Yeah, that's why Leanne Morgan's doing so well.
Yeah, because there's something you're seeing that as I travel, you're like, this tour is like, I'm not an idiot. So look, I say this when I go. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff, but it's not everybody gets it. They don't get it. They're not out. They don't, you weirdly have to go back to there to go, hey, here's this. And I got to show you that this audience is there. So make stuff for them with them in mind. That's, with I try to do that with my stand-up. I'm making it for the audience. I don't think about Hollywood. I think about the audience. I'm trying to make them laugh.
You think you make a movie that these people want for them and they have the option to stream it at their house or go to the movie theater? You think enough of them choose to go?
I think they would figure it out no matter what. I think if you can make it good enough, they're going to watch it wherever they're going to watch it. I don't know if it's going to be a perfect. You look, stuff's going to come out on Netflix, stuff's going to be on Amazon, stuff's going to be in a movie theater, there's going to be 50 different ways stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go with whoever's going to let you put the thing out.
Yeah.
So I think people will watch it no matter what. And if it gets enough buzz or people like it or they feel like it's good, you want it to be repeatable and something you can go watch. I thought this movie, Anyone But You, I mean, it's rated R. It should not be a rated R movie.
The trailer looked really dirty.
Yeah.
The trailer made it look really dirty.
It's a movie that should have been PG, I guess PG-13, should have been just that and been more on the cuter side. They were cursing for zero reason. It was out of context. Like, it just felt like that kind of thing. It was like, well, we have this movie. We have to make it rated R. So let's, but nothing that they're doing is rated R. It's like a cute kind of thing. So it's like I'm trying to watch this stuff now to be like, all right. And I don't want to trash the people that made it and wrote it and like all this. Like I have no idea. I'm just saying I'll watch this one this weekend. But it wasn't like that. Some of those that were like, that you can go back and watch and stuff from the 80s, like some of those movies that you could go watch growing up, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like everybody could go watch that. You could go watch that right now.
Still
it's
holds
not
up.
for kids. It's for everybody. It's just a fun family movie. Like that stuff is not being made. And so that's the point that I want to make is I see it with stand-up just because I've always thought, entertainment doesn't have to be niche or whatever. Is that the word, right? Like, so everybody thinks like, well, you don't want everybody liking your thing. Why would you not?
Right.
Why would you not try to make something that everybody can like? That's the best part. I love that I can try to make something that everybody will go to. That's, I mean, what else are you trying to do? I understand if someone's artistic and there could be stuff that's not for everybody, but I mean, and I guess some people like that, but to me, why would you not want to make something that everybody can go to and everybody likes? And I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect or everything's going to be great, but you should be able to go and know, you know what? I'm not going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to have to be think I have to have these conversations in the car afterward, like all these kind of things. You just want to be entertainment. But I like get mad because I rant.
I like to see when teenagers or 20-year-old kids are there with their parents at the show.
Yeah.
And you can see that the kids and the parents both had a good time at the show. They can talk about your comedy with their parents and with the kid. And it's something that they can all relate to. I think that's really cool. And I mean, I think you're right. I mean, I think people know what people want to see. They're just not making it. They want to force people to watch something. And it's like, because it's like a show or a movie will come out like Top Gun that will be like, oh, this is awesome. Everybody could go, okay, well, what did they do that made this so cool? And then just start doing that. But it's like superhero movies, they've ruined those. They keep. That's
the only ones they make. Tom Cruise is the reason, because Tom Cruise is that guy.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a guy that everybody goes and gets behind, and they want to go watch anything that he does because he's a movie star, and he's a star that everybody accepts and everybody likes him, and that still can exist.
Yeah.
It's not because people don't want it. It's not at all. Like you can't, that's like blaming all the problems outwardly and never going inwardly and go like, well, maybe I'm the one, if everybody around you is mean or something and you got to go like, you either have picked 12 people that are the most awful people in the world, or
you're the problem.
You could be the problem. So you look at things like that to go like, I can't imagine, I try to think about that a lot with me. Like if I'm frustrated, people get frustrated with me. Like how can, there's no way I'm the only one that's right. No matter how much I think I could be the one that's right. Maybe not everybody, maybe I need to adjust. And they don't do that. I think all this stuff is still people want to go see. Entertainment. Who doesn't want to be watching entertainment? There's nothing. There's literally nothing to watch. Survivor, Laura watches that. Like that's on its like 50th season or whatever. I don't even know what it is. It's insane. There's nothing even coming in place to change it.
Mm-hmm.
There's, game shows are game shows are doing really good right now because an entire family can watch a game show. That's why.
And you think people will pay with all the free content? They'll pay for stuff.
Yes, people want to go do something.
Yeah,
they want to go to a show. People are not. You spend money. People are not afraid to spend money. The free content is like you want to go watch something professional. That's why when you go to a live show, it's like you want to go and be like, I bought tickets to this. I feel you want to be out and about. Like, my goodness, like it's depressing if you're just at home all day and you can't. Yeah. You want to have something to look forward to go to.
Yeah, dress nice, go out, do a thing.
We're
some
all
popcorn.
going to the movie. What are you doing this weekend? The kids, we're going to go watch this movie and everybody's going and it's going to be fun and it's a night out.
Talk about the movie after. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that stuff is still exists. People have not changed. There's still families. There's still these people don't exist. They're Hollywood and all that's making shows for this fake group that they think exists. They don't exist. They do not exist. Cause you don't hear a ton. It might seem like, if you're on this podcast that everybody knows about me and all this stuff. You don't hear a ton about me. You don't hear a lot about these shows that we're doing all these arenas. It's kind of quiet. I'm not trying to act like it's quiet, but it's, you wouldn't hear it like Chappelle. You hear about Chappelle at all. Mm-hmm. But the people that are coming out to these shows it's insane, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's unbelievable. So every show, I'm going out and seeing this insane amount of people that are coming to all this stuff. And then if I go try to make something else, it's like, well, I don't, it's like if to me, and we're hopefully starting to move forward. But that's the other part that I'm trying to do.
It's like if people if only the people that come to your shows watched your show that you built, like TV show, it would still be very successful.
It would be very, yeah.
It's just those people.
Yeah. It's insane. And you're seeing it going like, these people want to be out, dude. They're at the 3:00 show in Houston. Mm-hmm. They're there. I don't know. Like they want to do something and they want to go out as a family and there's nothing for them to go out to. Mm-hmm. They can't. No one can take their kid to anything. It's got to be a football game. It's got to be a basketball. There's no entertainment. There's no show.
I did shows in Cleveland and Pittsburgh, and both the areas seemed very sketchy. I was like, you guys risk your lives to be here tonight. And I do think there's something to that. I was like, they wanted entertainment. They were like, we're gonna go. We'll park and we'll walk down this street and we'll risk it all.
Yeah.
I think that's why like Dude Perfect does so well because it's the whole family can go and
Dude Perfect. Harper, we went to Dude Perfect and it was great. It was great. And Dude Perfect is a perfect example. And that's the whole point of Nateland that I want it to end up being is this. I want to be able to make movies and do all this stuff that everybody can go and, be entertainment for you and with the audience in mind. I think they used to make TV and movies for the audience. I don't think they do that now. I think they make it for them and what they watch. And that's why you don't see multicams really. And that's why, because the person that is deciding if it goes on does not watch multicams. That person is, they're all very nice people too. Actually, they're very wonderful people. Mm-hmm. But that person has not got their own laundry, has not done they have not done a normal thing really in years.
They haven't mowed a lawn.
In years. Like just little kind of like stuff. And that's okay, but just be aware. If you're not aware of that, then you got to go. So then they're watching Housewives, whatever they're watching, they think like, they watch a multicam and they go, well, like, this doesn't look very fun. You go, all right, well, Seinfeld and Ray Romano and King Queen, like they're still doing better than your shows you're putting out. And these are shows from 30 years ago. Yeah. So they do good, but you don't watch that. So that person that decides that doesn't watch that. So they think, well, I don't want to watch that. You're like, yeah, you don't want to watch it because you're not married right now. and you don't have a
want to
family.
be preached at either on these shows. There's so much of that too.
Well, it's like, but it's because if you don't, you got to have. They got to be able to relate. They want you to have a family and have like. That's the world. Dude. The whole world has families.
Yeah.
Their job. It's ridiculous to put like they're not thinking about, who to vote for this or that or blah, blah, whatever. Just be entertainment.
Yeah.
And just go try to be entertaining that's literally the job. And you can have stuff that's like makes you think different and all that kind of stuff. But there's there's the most of that there's ever been. Yeah. When George Carlin did it, you needed it.
Yeah.
Now there's a ton of it. Everything is, let me tell you what, and you're like, dude, people are just like have 2 jobs and they have kids and their kids play sports all day. Like they don't live in this existence that stuff's being made for.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I get yelled at for ranting.
I liked it.
We're happy you're back. We love hearing a rant. I haven't heard a good rant in a while. True. You know what I mean?
I know, but that's like I feel like people get mad and then all right.
But I feel like
I agree with you.
I think about what you're saying all the time.
I'm into it.
I do too. I don't think I've said that, but I've always wanted when everybody thinks I'm not doing, if I'm not here, I want to do this. I want to create a world that you can go to and not have to, and watch something and not have to feel gross or, not have to be like, because there's a place for that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think that shouldn't exist. I think it should, do whatever you want to go to be you. Mm-hmm. But I also think this other side, as I see this audience, I don't think you're getting the entertainment because I think you will go out to movies.
Right.
Well, that's the thing about comedy. Like, it's like when you do like clean comedy, I always say I do relatively clean comedy, but it's like people think that if it's clean, then it's cheesy. That's why I never like to advertise it that way, because that's what they think. But it's like, it's just regular stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm just talking about regular things.
Yeah. Someone said when it's like adult family friendly.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind it, but I still don't love the way that is, but that's kind of a way to wrap your hand. But it's like the idea of it is like, yeah, you're not doing anything to, I'm trying not to deter everybody. It's comedy that's not trying to deter people.
I say you can bring your aunt and you're not going to be embarrassed that you brought her to
the common thinking is to have broad appeal, you have to compromise the art.
Yeah,
in some way, but your success is proof that that's not the
right.
case.
You just got to be a better artist.
But I always thought that was very much a thing that was said when I first started.
I argue about it with my comic friends all the time,
and they go, "You have to, well, you got to push the envelope." Uh-huh. So I remember, and I always thought when I first started in my head, well, why do I have to do that? So I should be able to. Any joke, and again, I've had some jokes. I've seen some old stuff where I've said a bad word, or I got a couple things that I heard recently that I'm, annoyed that I said it. But I've said it before. I wasn't the comic that I am now. I didn't know I didn't know what to do. But and they're still not that bad. I remember just thinking like, well, why can't because everybody be like, well, you can't be this man. I'm not for everybody. Like it was like that was the cool thing to be like, not everybody's going to be able to handle what I'm. And it was like, well, why would you not? Why would I not want everybody to handle what I say? Why would I not want all the
you can't handle this
people
ready for this?
And you should. And I don't think you have to sacrifice.
Too real
art.
For you?
Yeah,
I would argue you are pushing the envelope now because nobody else is doing what you're doing. Very few are. So in a way, you're the outlier. But
that is not recognized. I don't say it's I hope for Hollywood to be like, I don't think they are something that could be out of business. They are seeing stuff so spread out. You got Dude Perfect, you got Mr. Beast, you got all these things that are that are not a part of Hollywood and they're gigantic.
Yeah.
And so you do have all these worlds where you're like, Hollywood is, the movie theater is like, we all still know what a movie theater is. So to switch stuff, I don't think people want to just sit in their house and watch screens. I don't. You want to have experiences. You want to go out. You want to go out to eat. You got DoorDash now. People don't want to just sit at home. People are regular people, man. The whole world is regular people. They're not, we're just right now, the top is making stuff that they think they want to see. And then, it's like, not like, Arrested Development was like a show that's like so funny and like whatever. Not for everybody. Yeah. It wasn't a show for everybody, but the ones that had that, it was great. And so you can still do this stuff. But then you have your Ray Romanos that are kind of for everybody. So you can do that too. So you don't have to be people, I think sometimes people it's like family friendly. It's not cool. They feel like it's not cool. But it's like, man, it can be. How about you make something cool so the whole family, if they want to watch, you're not making it for the kid. Yeah. You're just making what you think is funny and what you do. And but the kid can sit there. I watch kids in shows. I can see them. I know they're going to like if I talk about the donkey, whatever. I know parts that they're really going to like, and I can see them kind of trail off in parts about my wife or whatever, but their parents are like, it's like you can sometimes see that because a 12-year-old is not going to get they're not going to understand why everything's, but they are going to like some of the things. Yeah. And so it's like, but they can be there and they do like being out, even if they get bored for a second or to get kind of trail off, they're still like, they get to watch their parents laugh.
And they also were able to go with their parents. Their parents didn't have to be like, nah, you can't see this guy. This guy's a little too adult. Well, so even if the kid's bored, the kids still got to go with their parents.
If someone is too adult, it's rarely that a wife and a husband even want to go see that.
Yeah.
Like one or the other will want to go see it. It's rare for them to both want to go
and the
together.
Comics crowd working them. Where's your husband at tonight?
Yeah. But the whole thing's going to be, I'll get just trashed for ranting.
I don't think so.
I'll defend you in the comments.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Well, certainly now, everything's being shot in Hollywood. Atlanta does so many more. And there's just
Tyler Perry, man. I just heard him talk. And he did an interview, and that I love Tyler Perry's way that he did it, and I feel like it's Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry he makes stuff for his audience, for a specific audience, and then Hollywood has to buy it and go like, well, we want that audience because his audience is so big, and when he makes stuff, now that dude's a billionaire, but Tyler Perry has, he's in Atlanta, he has. He's on there. He's around a lot of people that are. He hires like people out of prisons to work at his thing. So he has a lot of normal people that he's around. And I say normal, I don't mean it like condescending, but it's the way that when you get elevated to this spot, sometimes you're not around a normal person. Yeah. So no one. A kid has a baseball game that they can't miss or all these, it's like you kind of really don't have problems and everybody can fly to the Bahamas at the drop of a hat and you have no friends that have any conflicts. So you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. But if you're Tyler Perry, guy that can do whatever and whenever he wants, he's also a guy that is around, you do have to deal with someone being like, well, I can't make that because I have, whatever. I got a ticket. I go to traffic school tomorrow. And I got to, my mom, I'm quitting, just normal existence. So you can, just keep your ear to the ground to be like, don't get so out of reach.
You used to live, not in Hollywood, but LA for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Hollywood's just a neighborhood. I know so little.
Hollywood is, I think it's just West Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah.
So
I'm from Hollywood. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
You're from it's Andy Kaufman,
Memphis, Tennessee.
You're from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Hollywood. That's the that was the joke, and I don't think that's the joke anymore.
Right.
I think it's serious, but that was comedy. Yeah. You're from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Hollywood. He's in on the joke.
Yeah.
Now it feels like it's you're from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Hollywood.
Yeah.
and now it feels serious.
Well, it's like when Hulk Hogan turned heel, he called himself Hollywood Hogan because, he was supposed to be a bad guy that, you don't know this?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Hollywood Hogan for a while.
No.
Come on, dude.
No, we read it. Yeah.
But that was too young for Hollywood Hogan because he was in NWA.
We just read books and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry. I thought that'd be funny after what we've been talking about.
That is funny.
Why is he still the most famous person ever? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Oh, okay. Hollywood Hogan? I've never even heard of this.
It was just
that's blowing my mind right now.
So he just turned heel all of a sudden?
Yeah, he started wearing the shoe polish on his beard and he became Hollywood Hogan. He's a bad guy, and he was the NWO, the New World Order, which is also the bad guy.
Yeah.
And
so he came back. He stopped being Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, it was just a thing for a while.
Oh, okay. Just
the revolution of.
I think you're seeing everything switch back though. I think I feel good about it. Like I feel.
But like I said, your success is
Mark Wahlberg. I think he's starting a studio, and I think people are. I think stuff is heading back in that direction, and people are. They're understanding that there is an audience for this, and and it would go back to just what it was. Mm-hmm. People went to the movies.
I mean, and stuff like when I talk about trailer park stuff, I mean, it's like there's this whole bunch of people that, they never get trailer park stuff talked about in a positive way.
Yeah.
Whenever people talk about trailer parks, they're always being made fun of, and they're always idiots. Mm-hmm. So when I'm talking about trailer parks and just like having a good time, they're like, yeah, me too. I had a great time. Yeah. We were doing this and that. And it's like, it's a whole population of people there that, people come up to me and they go, I grew up in a trailer park too. And it's like, they've probably never been able to say that in a positive way.
Well, when you make fun of yourself in the trailer park, you're joking about yourself. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
People, it's not, hey, it's like a trailer park person. That's why the disconnect.
Yeah.
It started getting too pointed at. And it's like, well, I'm right. You're like, no, I'll be the dumb. This is me being dumb. And I'm an idiot.
And I'm not ashamed of where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love where I'm from. I love when someone's happy where they're from.
Yeah.
I don't even they're from California, Los Angeles. Yeah. If someone's born and raised there, I love it. I want you to be. I enjoy when someone's happy to be where they're from.
Nothing sadder to me than just seeing someone on stage just making fun of where they're from for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm just like, man, you just kind of hate yourself, huh?
Yeah,
it's like that sucks.
Not just themselves, their family and everybody from where they're from.
Because the family members are still there.
Yeah, that's too bad. It's a tough Thanksgiving, huh?
Yeah.
Like, well, we saw your show. You really hate us, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard how they came up with the name Hollywood?
No.
I've heard some things.
I bet you have.
That's a much different podcast, but yeah.
I read 2 or 3 different theories. One's, just there was a Hollywood, Illinois, and the woman who donated 120 acres that is now present day Hollywood liked that name because holly, like the plant holly, is supposed to bring you good luck. So she liked that. Now that's the boring one. The one I read more was the guy who's known as the father of Hollywood. He was standing on the hills overlooking Hollywood Hills. A Chinese man came along carrying wood in a wagon. He said, what are you doing there? And the Chinese guy replied, I hauling wood, meaning I haul wood, hauling wood.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's like, I like the name. And that's how it became up with Hollywood. That's the one I read most prevalent. I mean, I think that's the one that's
crazy.
That's accurate, but they kind of,
wow.
They don't mention that as much. Okay. Sorry to bog us down here.
No, this is great.
This is the info people come for.
The Hollywood sign used to say Hollywood Land for many years because it was just an advertisement for a development for real estate. And then after a while, they just took the land off.
I went and did a hike up to it. Like when I did the Greek, and it was a lot more serious than I thought it would be.
Oh, the hike?
Yeah.
The Greek, what's that?
The Greek theater. It's a theater, outdoor theater. So by the show I did in LA like last year was at the Greek. And but it was it was like one of those you're like, oh yeah, we'll go do it. And then you're and it's one of those you see the sign and so you're like, I mean it's right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah,
it's way
an hour later,
you're
still like it's still
it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always seems so hot too. When I see people hiking on those mountains out there, I'm always like, nah. It just seems so dry and hot. Yeah.
Did you see the Detroit sign that went viral for how lame it was? It almost looks like they're trying to do their own version of the Hollywood sign. They threw this up, and it just got roasted by the people of Detroit, dude.
Oh, is this for the draft?
No,
I don't mind it.
This was
unrelated.
Well, it's glow in the dark now. Originally, there were not lights on it, and it was just lame. Just Detroit. It looks like Helvetica. It's not even like a cool font.
Yeah,
and it's just thrown up there. Like a local rapper did a diss track about it. It's so funny, dude.
Yeah. My only thing is that maybe it's just this picture, but with the D being lower than the T, there's something weird about it. It feels like you're meant to read it backwards.
I think it's just the angle of that picture. But they threw this up to try to mimic that. You can see it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just boring looking.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. It was like someone goes, do a Detroit sign. You know what? It would be how kind of stuff is written nowadays. Where someone goes, we need a Detroit sign. And someone goes, oh, and it's someone that doesn't realize that the world existed past them.
Right.
And so, they think, well, they go, I got a great idea. It's like a lot of ideas end up becoming, you're like, yeah, but that idea was awesome back, but now it's not, Yeah, that's funny.
I'm doing shows in Royal Oak soon, so I don't want to criticize the sign. But
no, I don't think they like the sign. So you can make.
I mean, Detroit did great with the draft. Set attendance record.
Yeah, wow, it looked awesome.
Broke Nashville's record.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
750,000 people or something.
Yeah,
wow.
Crazy.
A lot of gambling going on.
I'm sure there is on.
On the draft.
On the draft, but I think it's it's just the draft's fun.
Now, have you guys ever been to the...
And maybe that's another thing. That's still something families can do together. Families can still watch sports together.
Yeah, but I mean, look, you can still go to games and stuff. I mean, I think they are borderline having an alcohol problem in some of these things. Because you go, these, I mean, and again, this is small groups of people getting in fights, and I think you're in certain sections, and it depends on where you go. Like I'm sure you don't see it. Yeah. But I mean, I think people drink a lot more, and they drink a lot. And
me and Aaron went to that Arizona Cardinals game, and we were in the upper deck, and it was pretty wild up there. I was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, man.
Like people were sitting in our seats, and we were like, we'll just find some other ones.
Yeah.
But compare that. That's the NFL versus. I also went to an MLB game with you, and that was way more relaxed.
It was so nice.
Right?
It was so
totally different vibe. NFL game, I mean, it was crazy.
It was.
People screaming, fighting, everybody's hammered. You're like, this is crazy.
In the middle of the day.
A Sunday afternoon, the Lord's Day.
And Dusty, you've seen a thing or two, so for you to say that.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, we didn't stay there long.
Yeah, some of
thank you, Lucy, as you get older.
Yeah. I'm glad I went, but it was intense.
Right.
Have you guys ever been to the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Yeah.
So I was reading about how they do it. Not that hard. I think I might get one here pretty soon.
All right.
Oh, to qualify?
Yeah.
To have your name on there.
Yeah. There's currently 2,700 and something stars on the Walk of Fame.
Oh.
And they have about 200 applications each year. And then the committee selects 20 to 24 people each year. So, it's not super exclusive.
Does it cost money to submit yourself?
$75,000.
And is it owned $75,000?
That's to maintain it, build it, maintain it, keep it clean.
Who owns is the city?
I think the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I think.
Oh,
wait, so anybody can get, I mean, you have to be somewhat approved.
There's qualifications. You have to, there's 5 categories.
And you meet some of these?
I don't, but one of them, you have to be 5 years doing whatever it is you do. So you can't be like a total one-hit wonder. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think a one-hit wonder is going to get 5 years. Mm-hmm. I think any one-hit wonder is a 5-year, easy 5 years.
Yeah.
That's almost, I mean, I would say one-hit wonder is you would be 10 minimum.
Depending on the hit. I mean, Vanilla Ice has rode a one hit.
Well, it depends. Depending on the hit. But even if you're a true one hit wonder, you did the one hit and then it disappeared, and now you're nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Chumbawamba,
5,
Tub Thumping,
maybe 10. I
still like that song.
That's a hot song.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a committee that that comes up with it, and they submit 2024. But you've got to. I've kind of lost my place here, but you have to accept it. There's a Bruce Springsteen clause because a fan nominated him, and they said yes, and then they contacted Bruce Springsteen, and he's like, "I don't want it." Wow. So now you've got the artist has to obviously want it before you can do it.
Did he say why he didn't want to do it?
I don't know. There's some people that have turned it down. They just don't like the publicity. Prince didn't get one. Whitney Houston, they didn't want it.
I don't believe that these guys don't like the publicity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's probably a scheduling. Like, it's like you see stuff, like, it's like you got to go there.
They probably make you do all kinds of
you got to do a whole kind of thing. And then you're just like, you go, I don't want to go do all this stuff.
You would turn it down right now?
No, I'm not. I don't think I should have it.
I'm just kidding.
But I think it's like I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I do think it's kind of a cool thing. And I think they should do it. I think to bring back Hollywood, you should. That's fun. Yeah.
I think it's cool, but like you'll be walking along and I feel like sometimes I'm way off the strip or whatever. And I'll be like, oh, here's a star here.
Oh, Andy Griffith.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. And I'm like, oh, they're way out here.
Yeah.
It's 15 blocks and it's growing.
That's
obviously.
For me.
They're running out of space.
15
I think you get 2 years. Once they nominate you, you have 2 years to schedule the ceremony.
Yeah.
So, because they know people are busy, but if you don't do it within 2 years, then you get disqualified. They try to find a place for you somewhat related to what it is you've done. Like Roger Moore and Daniel Craig, both were James Bond. Mm-hmm. They were on 007 or Boulevard or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Ed O'Neill, Married with Children, in front of a shoe store.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Jay Leno asked for a place where he was arrested twice for vagrancy, but they said no.
Yeah.
And George Carlin asked for a place outside a radio station that kind of helped him get famous.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jay Leno got arrested twice in the same place?
I guess so.
Right outside the Comedy Store. Is Comedy Store had? They should. I don't know if they go that. I guess probably not that far. That's pretty far. So
I don't know. Muhammad Ali is the only star that's not on the ground. It's on the side of the Kodak Theater because he asked that Muhammad not be walked on. Makes sense.
That's fair.
Neil Armstrong and the Apollo astronauts have moons instead of stars.
You got to be pretty big to be like, to go like, well, I want it on the wall. And they're like, we've never done that.
We got 2,600 people on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it. Right. Yeah.
2 presidents.
Neil Armstrong asked for a moon instead of a star?
I don't know if he asked for it. They just gave it
to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty, Yeah, but you would think, why do they, why would they, how does he get one? Does he have?
Have you not had enough, Neil?
Has he been in a lot of movies?
Let me see.
He's in Apollo 13.
What his character is.
No, he plays himself.
He does?
Right?
I didn't know that.
Isn't he in it?
I don't know.
That's interesting that Neil Armstrong has a Hollywood walk.
I don't know why.
Like he's.
I think maybe because I was trying to find the qualifications, but that landing on the moon was the most televised. Yeah, most televised.
You know what? It was great acting.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're like.
He goes, he's the best actor of
live performance is one of the categories.
Oh, you're right. It was actors. Sorry.
So he was original. What would you call that? Reality TV.
Yeah. He was
it reality.
He was, and that's the best.
Yeah.
And they were the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really did it. They got up there and rode a doom buggy around.
Yeah.
No, not them. That was later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Two presidents have stars: Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump.
Okay.
Yeah. Trump's has been vandalized numerous times, but they won't remove it. Julie Louis-Dreyfus, hers was misspelled. And but she thought it was great and said you should keep it.
That's cool.
Yeah, on they did CBS Saturday Morning.
Yeah,
and I saw it on YouTube, so I don't know. I didn't see it, but when they showed the Tennessee Kid, me showing something, it says Nick Bargatze at the top left.
I saw that, and I actually wanted to open the podcast by calling you Nick.
Yeah,
and because I saw that, I'm like, that's so ridiculous. Like, how do you're showing a thing
about him,
and you call him Nick? Like, just do one little fact check here, real quick.
It's
it was a great story.
It was a very good story. Yeah.
Oh, Nick.
No,
Bargatze.
it's like I don't know where that Nick happened. Nick happens a lot. I think maybe people are so focused on the last name that they. But it is crazy to be like you just go a complete. I've been called Nick. I get called Nick a lot more than.
Yeah, that Cracked article. Remember that? Yeah, Nick Bargatze too.
Yeah,
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron did, but I was a young comic then. But yeah, like when there's in the articles, it's people. It's crazy. I mean, it's
maybe they're such fans they're in on the joke now. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. Like you're like a news organization and you're doing a story on a guy and you get his first name wrong.
Yeah.
It's not like your first name's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the term Hollywood accounting?
No.
It's basically where almost every movie studio well, I shouldn't say almost every, but a lot of movies, they make it look like they suffered a loss. Because as far as distribution rights, Harry Potter made like 900 million, but the sheet showed it like 170 million.
Yep, they did a little wizardry.
Yep.
On the balance sheet. Huh?
Wait, say that again.
So this movie studio, it's called Hollywood Accounting, and it's basically where they like fudge the books in a way to make it look like the movie was not profitable.
Well, maybe not fudge, but they take advantage of every opportunity to deduct.
I guess that's true.
That's what I try to do for taxes every year.
It's not illegal, I guess, but they'll open a separate account to try to make it look like
you buy the books,
hit bonuses and stuff like that.
You give the government everything.
Everything
they deserve.
More than they ask for. Every time. I go, you know what? I'm going to give you this. More. Throw a little extra on top. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having my back.
Yes, that's right.
The Troubadour.
Send this to somebody that needs it. You know what I mean?
You ever done a show at the Troubadour?
Yep.
It's a legendary club.
Oh, I'm about to do 2 shows.
Oh, yeah,
at the
he
Troubadour.
is. Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, they're sold out. But Friday, May 3rd.
How about it?
And you're at the Hollywood Improv?
I'm at the Hollywood Improv, May 8th, Wednesday night.
I didn't even get into the handprints, but
what's going on with those?
Very similar. Not as many people get it. I think Jodie Foster just got one last week, but I think only like 200 handprints as opposed to.
So you probably would rather a handprint than
Is it at like an Asian restaurant?
It's a Chinese theater.
Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's right.
Okay. I think they serve food in there.
Oh, yeah, you didn't get the.
I saw a movie there. It's a giant screen.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like the biggest IMAX anywhere?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's awesome. But that's a place, it's so many seats. So it's obviously it's hard to fill that stuff. But that's like an old theater that you go to it like you feel like it you know what? You do sometimes feel like you're like, I should have dressed up. Like if you're wearing something like this and then you're like, you feel like a bum.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what people wear, but it's like it's a very classic, nice kind of thing.
Oh, I know this.
Yeah, when you see old pictures, like at the Tampa Theater, they had like this. The theater was open in like the 1920s, and they had like people going to the theater, like a line out front. They were all wearing hats and suits, and everybody was so dressed up and so nice. A lot of people dressed up at my show. It looked good. They were
really?
They looked nice.
Yeah, overalls.
Yeah, straw hats.
They put shoes on. Yeah, it was great.
Overalls with a tie.
Yeah.
You know what's cool in the Atlanta Punchline in the green room, right above the couch, there's written, "Thanks for letting me bomb all weekend, Bill Burr."
Oh, really?
Yeah, from back in the day. That's pretty. It's fun seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially after you bomb.
Yeah.
And then you go, "Oh, Bill Burr bombed."
That's interesting because that location hasn't even been open that long.
It's written there.
Yeah.
Maybe he was there during COVID.
Maybe so. Yeah. I was going to say there's some feral chickens, Dusty, you could check out when you're out there.
Okay.
On the Hollywood Freeway. I guess they live underneath the bridge and nobody knows how they got there. Rumor is a poultry truck overturned, but they've been there since the 70s.
Wow. Oh, really? Wow.
And
do they attack people?
Didn't say that.
A feral chicken makes it sound like they're a real problem.
I don't know. Just
some wild chickens.
Hollywood Freeway chickens, but they've been there for a long time and they've tried to remove them, but they can't completely do it. So, Dusty,
let them roll.
They're known as Minnie's chickens.
I don't think they're really trying.
Yeah, I think.
How do you not? It said 50 chickens.
I don't know about 50. Is that what that said?
I thought
that's
that
what it
Wikipedia
started out
started out maybe with 50, and now it's maybe more.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like you would think you could. You're like, how are you?
If you really wanted to, you could have probably immediately.
I think you could. Yeah, you could do something. I don't. Yeah, which I'm not saying they should, but
let them do it.
It seems like it's it's another one where someone's like, well, we're trying. We can't get him out. You're like, are you trying?
Yeah.
The Hollywood Bowl, Dave Chappelle and Monty Python, that's a comedy troupe, have the most performances by a comedian at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, yeah. How many?
It didn't say, just said they were tied. But the one that Michelle Chappelle got attacked, I think that was the one he tied it.
Oh, really?
Where the guy ran on stage.
Yeah.
That was at the Hollywood
Maybe
Bowl.
that guy was just a big Monty Python fan.
Yeah, maybe. That one.
That's true.
Yeah.
They don't say how many?
The article.
Is it 3 or 4? Is it like 12? Or is it...
I don't know.
Yeah.
This was just the thing about the Hollywood Bowl and its history. So.
Yeah. Hollywood is, man, it's like Hollywood just needs to go back to be Hollywood, man. It was was fun. You had movie stars. You had, that's what it was. And I think it can still be that. I think people still want that. And it made it was entertainment. It was cool. It was a break from your reality.
Yeah.
And it just got blended too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I love movies. I've been watching, I like old movies. I watch a lot of 70s movies. I'm all about it. I love movies. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you look through the rest of those DVDs, by the way?
Yeah. I got them all up in a case now. And yeah.
I thought you were being ridiculous about keeping all these DVDs in case they're no longer out there on streaming and whatever. And then I wanted to see Sling Blade. I haven't seen that in a really long time. I said it's not out there anywhere. You got to own a copy of it.
Wow. I got a copy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like, I make things seem like it's just
Sling
a conspiracy.
Blade's not anywhere.
I didn't do a deep dive, but what I read was.
But it's like, yeah, if you want to watch something, I want to be able to go pop it in the.
It's on Prime.
No, this video is currently unavailable to watch in your location.
I was going to feel dumb.
It's an Oscar winner.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I just want to go.
Oh, there were Reddit threads about this particular movie.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to go watch it.
Yeah. Well, now I can't.
Yeah. It's like, it's not about, the end of civilization. But if everything's streaming and you don't have a copy, if suddenly they decide you can't watch it, then you can't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? The only way to watch Sling Blades currently is to purchase a physical copy.
But even DVDs and Blu-rays are rare and expensive. I got a copy.
Boom.
Don't tell people though. I don't want people breaking in.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, thanks to Delete Me, they'll have no idea where you're at.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. There is something nice about it going through DVD. I mean,
It feels good.
It feels good. People like that. See, that stuff worked. It felt good for us. So I think it will always feel good for everybody. Even when the kids are looking at YouTube and they're just like, it's like it comes mindless. So I think, we have some DVDs there. Like, it's like, go pick a DVD, and you go, watch that. Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah. In the early 2000s, I moved into this apartment complex and they had at the office, they had a few DVDs that you could go check out. And this was like, it was back when Netflix was still like order by mail. And it was so fun. I just go down to the office. They'd let me get 2 or 3 movies for free. I was like, this is so great. I was watching DVDs all the time.
When you kind of are forced to watch something, when you're like, I still like going to look at, HBO or all the movie channels and just kind of be like every night, just be like, maybe there'll be something there. I'll be like, well, I guess this is the only thing on. I guess I'll watch this.
Yeah.
I
felt like I enjoyed music more back when I had to buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Now with Spotify, I have everything, and I kind of don't. I mean, I still listen to.
Well,
it,
that's the quality can go down because it's like you just got it. They're like, we need more because it's just getting devoured.
Yeah.
I would buy a CD back in the day for like $15-$20 and like for one song, and then I'm like, even if I didn't like the rest of the album, I would listen to it a bunch of times.
It was just in your car for a summer.
Yeah. And I would, I bought the Beatles' White Album one time for like $30 for one song. And then I didn't even really like the Beatles, but I was like $30. I kept listening to that thing. I love it. It's one of my favorite Beatles albums.
Jagged Little Pill, Alanis Morissette. Remember we bought that on that road trip and we listened to it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, next week we'll be back to y'all, so y'all will be fun. So
I had fun.
Hope everybody.
Well, next week, Aaron will just attack Brian a lot, and that's what happens when you're gone.
God forbid you have any back and forth with Brian.
Nobody,
the Bates heads will come out.
It's kind of
defend him like he's a puppy.
Nobody will keep trying.
If the common problem is, we talked about this earlier.
You're the only one that can keep.
What's the common denominator here?
What's the common? Yeah. Maybe think about that.
You're the only one that can keep Aaron under control. When you're gone, he's a wild animal.
Yeah.
Well, listen, somebody's got to tell y'all what's what. Somebody's got to set the agenda.
People are listening to this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. But they are, man. And they're showing up in real life.
They are.
You want to tell us where you're at this week?
With Seinfeld, Gaffigan, Sebastian. I'm in also Loveland, Colorado, and I think New Mexico, and probably somewhere else. The Be Funny Tour is still out and about, loving it, still doing it. It's great, it's fun, it's the best. I love doing stand up. So be going till the end of June, I think, is kind of the end. I'll have my normal dates, a couple sporadic, but then we'll be on a little bit of a good little break. So I'm coming up with some new material.
Sit by the lake.
Try to write something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
I
keep
go
doing
sit
that,
at the
Joe.
lake.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It had been a while
by
since
the
you
lake.
did it.
Yeah.
This weekend I'm in Loveland, New Mexico.
Oh, you're me.
Colorado Springs.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are you doing the Hollywood Bowl too?
Can I?
Huh?
Can I do the Hollywood
Do
Bowl
it?
too?
We'll spike you in after Gaff again.
Just a guest set. I'm not saying the full.
Just give him 5.
I
dude.
mean,
Just give him 5.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll just do some crowd work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out there.
You follow Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Close it out.
By age.
Yeah.
May 10th, I'm in Chehalis, Washington at McFiller's Theater. May 26th, I'm back in Huntsville at Stand Up Live. Come see me there.
Come on out. This weekend, I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Tulsa Looney Bin, the newly revamped, newly regenerated Tulsa Looney Bin. I'll be out there. And then next week, Netflix is a Joke Festival, Hollywood Improv. May 8th. Come on out.
This Friday, I'm at the Troubadour in LA, and those shows are sold out though. But if you want to see me, Thursday, I'm going to be at the Original Room at the Comedy Store doing a podcast with my wife called the We're Having a Good Time podcast. It's going to be very fun, and it's still even limited tickets on that. But come see that.
Are you going to get into it, do you think?
A fight?
No, like get into what's what.
Some stuff.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see what's happening. Sometimes me and my wife do a podcast together, and we will fight a little bit at the beginning, and then we'll stop it and we'll go, let's just restart it. So we're not going to be able to do that here.
Yeah. So if you're in the fight.
Yeah, the fight, it just becomes the show.
Yeah.
But we're really focusing on not doing that. It's going to be a good one. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Now, will this be released?
It will be released.
Oh, that's cool.
We're going to film it too, and I'll put the whole thing out on YouTube. Provided that it goes well.
Yeah.
And, but that's why we need people to come.
Yeah.
It'll be great, though. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of comics out there. Yeah. At the Netflix Joke Festival.
Yeah.
This week in Los Angeles, in Hollywood.
Excited.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you. We love you. Hope you have a wonderful week. And this is probably a more stressful podcast, not as fun.
I thought it was great.
I thought I had a great time.
I loved it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be great.
I
Next
think
week,
the people
y'all
that
do
listen
fun.
to this podcast will agree with you on that rant.
No, yeah.
No, I think they will, but I just can't ever talk. I haven't ever. I don't think I've addressed that kind of stuff. But whatever. I'll be gone, so enjoy. Well, you're gone too next week, or no? You're back.
I fly back Monday morning.
Oh yeah. So you'll be here.
Yeah.
All right. See you next week.
All right.
They will.
Boom.
Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland podcast.